Counterplay inside, picking his way back to the 10, to the 5.
It's time for high school sports, right here on your home for local sports, the NCWLIFE Channel. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Biosports Physical Therapy, Charter College, Confluence Health, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Rivercom 911, and Sangster Motors. And now let's get ready for high school sports. It starts now on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel.
We're tied at 1. Hallie Stegman.
Good evening, football fans, and welcome to Cashmere High School. We've got a Caribou Trail League Classic for you tonight. It's the Cashmere Bulldogs and the Omak Pioneers. And a good evening to you. I'm Eric Granstrom. We're going to be joined by Pete Phillips coming up in just a moment. But right now, we've got the athletic director for Cashmere High School, Jeff Carlson, joining us to talk all things Cashmere. First of all, this game here tonight, Jeff, there's a lot on the line still with just a few weeks left of the season.
Yeah, it's a big one. Tough opponent with Omak here, but we control our own destiny. Looking for hopefully getting a big win tonight, and then follow it up with a big win at Chelan tomorrow. And then, we would be at the top of the CTL standings. And
what's great about this is that there are 4 state seeds up for grabs between District 6 and District 7, right?
That's correct. So 4 total. Top 4 teams in our league will get a winner to state game November 5th. So, we know we're going to be one of those top 4. But it's just trying to figure out where we're going to be in the seeds 1 through 4 at this point.
Well, tonight is the last home game for Cashmere of the regular season. They'll be on the road at Chelan for the Battle of the Bronze Shoe coming up next week. It's senior night. I know that's a special night each and every year.
Absolutely. Got 9 seniors that we're honoring tonight, as well as 3 cheerleaders. So, it's been a great group for us, and we're excited to get the opportunity to honor and recognize them tonight.
Well, Cashmere has a great reputation for athletics as well as education here in Cashmere. And let's talk about the rest of the fall sports. You guys have been doing really well up and down the scale.
Yeah, we've had a great fall sports season. Our girls soccer team clinched a league title yesterday. Our volleyball team are, at least share of the league title with Chelan. So,
which is huge.
Absolutely,
that's the last 2 years for the volleyball team. I mean, and they had a few games in the spring, but man, that's quite a turnaround for the program.
First-year coach Katie Broadbent really has them dialed in, and went up to Chelan last night, took a set from them. We'll face them again in the district championship on October 30th at Wenatchee. So, really excited where they're at. Cross country on Tuesday in the CTL District 6 championship. Really, our boys have had a great year, looking to challenge Cascade on Tuesday, who's kind of the favorite going into that. And then we got some girls as well that are looking to punch their ticket to the state cross country championships.
Now, the world has changed a lot, of course, with COVID and everything else. How are fans able to get in to watch some of these events as we get through the regular season and onto the postseason?
Yeah, so it's unlimited capacity at Wenatchee High School next Saturday for volleyball, and girls soccer will be at the Apple Bowl next Saturday as well on October 30th. So, just pay your money and you get in to cheer on the Bulldogs.
Now, do they have to do that online, or can they do that in person?
They're actually going to do cash gates, not going to be online sales. So, you can catch the district championship volleyball game on October 30th at 3 o'clock, and then go down to the Apple Bowl and watch our soccer team at 7 o'clock in the district championship. So, make it a full day to watch the Bulldogs.
All right, Jeff, thanks for taking the time to join us. And I know you got a busy night, so I'll let you get to senior night.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys being here, Eric. It's going to be a good one.
You bet. Jeff Carlson joining us here on the pregame show. We'll come back and talk with my color analyst for tonight. We'll also get the coach. We'll get a couple of players. It's all coming up on the pregame show. Are you ready for some football? I hope you are, because we are here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Let's face it, selling your good used vehicle can be a hassle, if nothing else. Consign your vehicle here at Global Elite Motors. When you do, you'll get the best possible price because of our proprietary selling system. We offer the ability to finance, add warranties, take trade-ins, and much, much more. Each consignment vehicle we represent is thoroughly inspected and marketed to attract qualified buyers. Let us help sell your quality vehicle. Buying a vehicle? Consigning a vehicle? Stop by Global Elite Motors on Wenatchee Avenue at Global Car Care.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu, because we work to get you to work.
And welcome back here on the pregame show. Coming up still, we're going to talk with Coach Brian Bremer. We also lined up a couple of players, Cole Scott as well as Jack Croce. So hang on for that here on the pregame show as we get ready for Cashmere and Omak. And joining me right now on the broadcast is Pete Phillips. I asked Jeff Carlson the other day, Grant Olson is out of town this weekend. I went through my Rolodex. I ran out of people. And Jeff says, hey, how about Pete? He's a former quarterback. And, of course, your two sons, Sam and Nate, played here last year.
Yes,
Thanks for doing this tonight. I appreciate it.
You bet. My pleasure. Glad to be here.
And I like it especially because he harkens from my era in the 80s, played for Cashmere back in the day, state champions as well back
Yeah, made a couple appearances over to the Dome back in the day. So,
nice. So tell me, you know a lot of these kids that are still on the program. It seems that, we joke about it. You toss the records out the window. The records actually do count a lot here tonight. But Omak Cashmere always seems to be a big rivalry.
It's always tough. Omak is hard hitting. They're physical. They're well coached. They're going to bring it tonight, but on our home turf in Cashmere. So this will be a great game.
Tell me about that, Pete, from the Bulldogs' perspective, from the fans' perspective. There's a lot of pride riding on every time the boys pull on those uniforms, isn't there?
Yeah, that's passed down, obviously, that we talk about it as old folks, talking about back in the day when we used to play. But for these kids, every game means the world to them, right? There's only so many, and we've got some seniors here tonight that this is last game on this field, probably. And then it just builds. It builds up, and we'll see some good football.
We got to talk real quick about Sam and Nate. How are they doing? Where are they now?
They're doing great. Yeah, Sam and Nate graduated last year, so Nate's down in Phoenix, going to Grand Canyon University, and loving down there with the palm trees and
warm weather
85 degrees.
No rain.
Yeah. And Sam's right here in town, going to Wenatchee Valley, and he's playing some basketball. So they've been practicing full time. They're getting ready to kick off a season in just a couple weeks.
Well, that's something that Brian Bremer and I talked about is, oh man, if there only could have been no COVID for those two boys and that team last year, who knows how far they could have gone in football.
Yeah, that was a loaded team with a lot of seniors, and they ran the table in the Caribou. So yeah, that would have been fun to see. But
well, we'll come back and talk with Brian about that, losing all those seniors and trying to come back from that. We'll also talk to a couple of players. As we continue with the pregame show, it's Omak and Cashmere here live from Cashmere High School on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Direct from Las Vegas, Holiday Dreams, a spectacular holiday cirque. Experience holograms, interactive lasers, projection mapping, and a cast of international cirque performers on one stage. Experience the futuristic holiday show everyone's talking about. Make new memories with your family this holiday season and experience Holiday Dreams, a spectacular holiday show, live in concert.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
Pregame show continues here on the NCWLIFE Channel as we get ready for Cashmere and Omak tonight, talking with the head chief here in Cashmere Country. It's Brian Bremer. Well, Brian, a learning season for you guys. How's the learning curve been?
Yeah, it's been steep. Just speaking bluntly, we're so young. Last year in this shortened season, graduated 16 seniors and 18 of 22 starters. So a lot of guys playing for the first time. But the cool thing is with young teams is you can see the growth every single day. And it's not even week by week or game by game. It's every single day. How can we get better from a Tuesday to a Wednesday to a Thursday? And that's what's really fun about this group, and they get after it.
You know, and that's something too, is as you're a coach, but you're an educator too. And to have that light bulb once in a while go off in a young, especially a underclassman like that, that's got to be pretty cool.
Absolutely. And I'm telling you, we see it daily. When we walk around at school and at practice and we're telling these kids certain things and finally they get it and you can move on to the next thing, keep moving on. We're building things here and it's going to take us, we're going to build it back up. But, we have the right kids here at Cashmere and I have no doubt that we can do it again.
I watched a little of the film of the Pear Bowl last week, and that was one I think that got away from you. Is that pretty much a fair statement?
Yeah, I think how it got away from us is Cascade took it from us.
Yeah. Well,
I think that Coach Dom Coffin does an incredible job over there, and his team was well disciplined. And they were ready to play, and they came out and smacked us in the mouth the first quarter, and took our will in our third quarter, and had a 13-minute drive in the third and fourth quarter, and they really deserved that one. We didn't do enough to win, but yeah, I mean, we had every opportunity to win the game down the stretch, and we didn't get it done. But kudos to Cascade. They deserved that one.
So let's go. You had to turn that page this week, and you got a real tough team coming here tonight. Tell me about this matchup.
Yeah, Omak's very talented. They're always the most physical team in our league, and they come out and they want to punch you in the mouth. But beyond that, they have 4 or 5 pretty special athletes on the edges and at quarterback and at tailback. And it's a group that, unlike us, returns basically everyone from their team last year. And their team, kind of like we are now, struggled a little bit last year in the shortened season, and they're kind of rolling right now. So we have to be ready to play physical smash mouth football. And we have the guys to do that, like Cole Scott and different guys up front that we can do that. It's just whether or not we can do it on a consistent basis. And we can't have big letdowns. I mean, you look at the first quarter against Cascade, it's 12-0 before you can even blink. And you can't do that against good teams. You have to come out ready to play, and you have to withstand charges and withstand runs. And, all I can ask for is that we have a chance at the end, like we did at Cascade, and that's what I'm looking for, is we can scratch and claw and have a chance in the fourth quarter. Our team is battle tested. It really is. I mean, from opening week to LaSalle, through every single week that we've had, we are battle tested. And I know that if we give ourselves our chance at the end, we're going to, I like our chances.
Now, the RPI system looks at that, obviously. I mean, ranked 13th coming into this game tonight. They've got a young quarterback. He's a coach's, kid, that type of thing. So, I don't know, a sophomore, maybe he's not a sophomore, being a coach's kid.
Yeah, he's wise beyond his years. Yeah. He does not make very many mistakes. And the thing that makes him a little more challenging, is something we haven't seen all season, is a dual threat guy. He can really spin it, and they have a lot of designed quarterback runs that play to his strengths. And beyond that, it's one of the few teams that you see in our league besides Chelan that will get an empty. And everybody knows, every football mind knows, that a team that gets an empty puts a lot of pressure on the defense. There's a lot of adjustments you got to make when a team goes to empty. So we got to be ready for that, and I think that we have a good plan in place for it. But, I'm just excited to see what the kids can do tonight.
So senior night, is that going on tonight? Tell me about that and that relationship you have. You don't have a lot of seniors, but you've grown along with them.
Yeah, absolutely. We have 9 seniors this year. It's a small class. It's always been a small class throughout the entire time I've been here, but some good ones in there. You were able to hear from Cole Scott, a guy that's played meaningful minutes for us since his freshman year. So that's a tough one to lose. But then you look on the flip side of it. You have a guy like Matt Kelly, who you guys are going to see tonight, number 10. Played JV as a freshman, played JV as a sophomore, was a minimal varsity player as a junior, really didn't play very much because we were super talented. And then this is kind of the first year that he's able to run out in the field, and you know that he's going to be a two-way starter. So guys like that, who I think you can tip your cap to the most, that stick with it all 4 years and are not discouraged by circumstances. They're committed to the program, and they finally get their chance to play in a big game. So, this is a special group, and senior night's always it's always tough on coaches and players and moms especially. But, we'll get through that at the beginning so that we can hit the ground running here at 7 o'clock.
Well, best of luck tonight. Keep everybody healthy.
Yeah, appreciate it. Go Dogs.
Brian Bremer joining us here on the pregame show. He talked about Cole Scott. We're also going to talk to Jack Croce coming up as we continue with the pregame show next here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Think premium can't be capable? Think again. Introducing the first ever AT4 lineup. Premium and capable. That's professional grade from GMC.
Pre-game show continues here on the NCWLIFE Channel as we get ready for Cashmere and Omak. Talking with Cole Scott now, senior for the Bulldogs. How's the season been for you so far?
Season's been good for me. Our team's faced some adversity, just between losing some games and having some guys out. But we're looking forward to playing tonight and looking to get after them. Yeah.
So as you prepare for Omak, what are you preparing for? I mean, you're a two-way guy, offense, defense line, right?
Mm-hmm. Preparing for Omak, I think Brem's done a great job getting the team prepared this week, and I think it comes down to getting out there and just really playing hard and getting after them and playing hard-nosed football and just not losing hope and just wanting to win.
This always seems to be a big rivalry whenever you two teams meet, and I mean there's still quite a bit on the line. I know that they've had a little more success than you have, but I mean there's still a chance out there, right, for you guys to achieve your goals.
Mm-hmm, yeah, definitely. And I think we got it. I definitely think we do, and we just gotta, like I said, get out there and play ball hard, and get after them.
So I ask this because we don't get a chance to see Cashmere a lot. What's it mean to you to be a Bulldog?
To be a Bulldog, to me, means a lot of things just because I think we have great coaches and a great community behind us here at Cashmere. And just going out there and playing ball for the community Cashmere and for your teammates and for the jersey on your back means a lot here in Cashmere.
What's it been like to play for Brian Bremer since he's come in and taken over this program?
Mm-hmm. When Bremer came in, I was a freshman, so I've had pretty much a full 4 years with Bremer, and I really love Brem. I think he's a great coach, and I think he does a great job here at Cashmere.
So aside from football, do we see you out playing other sports for Cashmere?
Yeah, I play baseball in the spring.
Okay.
Baseball in the spring, yep.
So, but with your size and everything, I assume that football is maybe a future for you past high school?
Yeah, definitely I'm looking to play at the next level in college.
How hard is that for you being in a small school like that? Because it's hard sometimes for the smaller schools to get a look. You know, you got to have help from other people. Have you gotten help along the way to get somebody's attention?
Yeah, definitely. Family and friends, and Bremer's been huge for me. He's helped me out a lot, whether it's phone calls with coaches or just helping me with my highlight films and that type of stuff. Bremer's great.
Cole, when you have free time, if you have any free time, what do you like to do?
I love to be outside and spend time with family and friends.
Okay. Outside, like doing what?
I'm a big outdoorsman.
Okay.
So anything.
It's hunting season. Are you into that?
I am. Hunting, fishing, mountain biking, everything.
It's hard because, you know, I'm a hunter too. And you know, where we are here on the football field, I mean, you look and there's deer, you know, here.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's hard sometimes, but got to go to practice and get it done.
So aside from maybe playing some college football, that type of thing, what do you want to do with your life after high school?
I'd like to get a degree in construction management.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with that, and good luck here tonight, and stay healthy.
Thank you.
All right, Cole Scott joining us here on the pregame show. We'll come back and talk to another of the Bulldogs coming up next as we continue getting ready for Omak and Cashmere on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free.
Harvest Valley Pest Control.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35 plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
Our pregame show continues here on the NCWLIFE Channel as we get ready for Omak and Cashmere. Talking with Jack Croce now, who's the signal caller for the Cashmere Bulldogs. I asked your teammate Cole about his season. Tell me about your season.
It's going pretty good. We've had some times where we've got people out and like some tough games, but it's been good overall.
So as you prepare for Omak here this week and for this game tonight, what's the big thing in your mind that you need to accomplish yourself as well as a team to be able to be successful?
For me, I think just like plays off the ball, making sure like I do my part as well as like my teammates do theirs. But if we all would like do our job, we'll be good.
Tell me about that as far as, going in the huddle, you get to play from coach and stuff, and whatever's happening, the last play, whatever's happening in the game, whatever the scoreboard may read, how important is it for you to kind of communicate and get everybody kind of settled down?
Yeah, it's a very important job, especially being captain and as well as our starting lineman, Cole Scott. He's a big factor in that, in our quarterback. They really like push us, and even if we, don't have a great play that play, we always like make sure that we make sure we do good the next one.
I didn't ask Cole about this, but I'll ask you this because I'm always curious. What's your favorite thing about football?
Probably just like with the team, just like team dinners and the Friday night lights, of course. But, just playing the game, that's fun.
Now, did you grow up in Cashmere, or you're a local kid that saw it out here and thought, man, someday I want to play under the Friday night lights?
Oh, yeah. I was up in the stands ever since I was a young kid. I loved it, and I always wanted to be a part of it.
What's it been like to be part of this coach's program over the years? You're just a junior, but what's it been like?
Oh, it's been really good. I've known Brem ever since he came here. I've had him for a baseball coach and a football coach, and I've known our other coaches because it's a small town, Everyone knows everyone, but it's been good. I love the coaches that we have.
So what do you want to do with your future as far as athletics are concerned?
I'd love to play in the next level, but I'm kind of focused on Friday nights right now, as a junior.
So as you get through the rest of your school year, we're going to see you out playing other sports too?
Yeah, I'm going to be playing baseball, I'm pretty sure, this year. I think that's my plan, and that's all I'm doing in the spring.
Okay, all right. So when you have some free time, if you have any free time, what do you like to do?
Get out, hang out with my friends, be a kid, and enjoy town,
Okay, so video games, that type of thing?
Nah, I don't do that stuff.
No? Okay, wow, we finally found one that doesn't do that kind of stuff. All right, so when you're hanging out with your friends, what do you guys do? I mean, do you hang out in Cashmere, or do you go into the big city, or what do you do?
Yeah, we're going to town. I mean, it's just kind of fun things we like to do around town, go down to the field, go play basketball, just hang out around town, and then go to Wenatchee too.
So the fact that last year was all messed up with COVID and we still have that kind of cloud hanging over it, how appreciative are you now just being able to come out and play some football?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, last year we had a really good team, and I'm sad that we didn't get to play in state with them because we could have went that far. But this year it's been really good, and I'm glad that we get this full season.
Do you know what you want to do after high school as far as a career or anything like that? You got time, so.
Yeah. I haven't an idea yet.
Okay, all right. That's okay. You got some time. Okay. Your counselor will tell you something else, but all right, best of luck tonight. Stay healthy.
Thank you so much.
All right, Jack Croce joining us here on the pregame show. We'll come back, get you the starting lineups, and get you kickoff. It's the Pioneers and the Bulldogs next on the NCWLIFE Channel.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Yes, it's me. It's my husband. I think there's something the matter with him.
It was a feeling that I'll never forget, like being able to meet them and know that he survived.
Okay, tell me what's happening. Is he conscious?
No, he's not.
Okay, take a deep breath for me. I'm getting you help.
Rivercom means to me that I still have my husband here with me. They're the ones that guided me through saving his life.
Hello, my name is Brian Brett, the Fire Chief for Chelan County Fire District 1, and
And I just wanted to talk about how amazing our Rivercom team is. They are intentional, purposeful, and skillful in everything they do. And they are the best at what they do. How they prepare, how they handle the caller, how they coordinate the emergency services, and how they push themselves to be the best. This is the kind of spirit that our Rivercom telecommunicators have. Our community needs you, we need you, we admire you, you're our lifeline.
Welcome back once again here to Cashmere High School as we get ready for the kickoff. We've got the announcement of the starting lineups here happening first. It's senior night tonight, recognizing 9 seniors on the football team, and they will have their starting lineup coming up here in a moment. Right now, the Omak Pioneers with their white uniform tops trimmed in red and black, the black uniform bottoms, and, of course, the black helmets. Cashmere, meanwhile, with the black home uniforms here tonight with the white numbers trimmed in orange and the bulldog on the side of those helmets. As we get ready for football here tonight on the NCWLIFE Channel, along with Pete Phillips, I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE Channel. Let's take a look at the lineups here, and we'll just guess, do Cashmere's offense against Omak's defense. Up front, the center is Gerardo Lopez, a 6'2", 260-pound junior. The right guard, Dawson Spees, a 5'11", 210-pound junior. The left guard, Tony Olguin, a 5'9", 210-pound senior. The tackles on the right side, Evan Pheasant, a 6'4", 205-pound senior. And the man you heard from and saw just a little bit ago in our pregame show, Cole Scott, who wears number 77. He's the left tackle, a 6'3", 265-pound senior. In the backfield, calling the signals, Trenton Mason. He wears number 2. He's a 5'10", 155-pound junior. He's the quarterback. The running back, tailback, if you will, is Luke Jacobson gets the start. He's a 6'1", 210-pound junior. The wideouts, they'll go with a 3-man look, sometimes a 4-man look in the wideouts here for Cashmere. Matt Kelly's outside. He's a 6'2", 170-pound junior. Dallin Smart is inside, a 6'1", 185-pound sophomore. They list him as a tight end. He'll line up more like a slot back. Also at slot is getting the start tonight, Henry Verrilman on senior night, a 6'2", 165-pound senior. And, of course, watch for Jack Croce. He wears number 1, and that number 1 is for a reason. He is electric. He's a 5'11", 175-pound junior. Cashmere with a record of 4-3 overall. They're 1-1 in Caribou Trail League play, and a lot on the line here tonight. And speaking of lines, I got a big defensive line that they'll be working against here tonight for Omak, as announced by their head coach, who is Nick Sackman. He's assisted by Tony Boyd, Kyle Richter, Michael Bush, and Dave Haig. The nose guard, Leighton Jensen, a 6'3", 285-pound senior. The tackle next to him, Jacob Hurlbert. That name sounds familiar if you are familiar with Omak at all. 6 foot, 260 pounds. He's a tackle. The other tackle, Brian Lopez, 6 foot, 185-pound junior. The linebackers, Jonathan Stenberg, a 6 foot, 160-pound senior. Also, Trey Rose, a 5'9", 165-pound senior. John Bushko, a 5'8", 205-pound senior. And C.J. Arroyo, a 5'7", 170-pound sophomore. We'll get the rest of the lineup for Omak coming up. First, we have our officials meeting at the center of the field with the captains for our coin toss. Let's listen in.
Peterson, line judge Kirk Lyons, and back judge Thomas Elms.
Visitors out here and stuff, this is a coin of God. It's a pear and an apple. Hey, y'all got that? What do you call it? Close a pear. You got that? Pear. If I drop it, we'll do it again. It is an apple. You have one. Okay. We'll be third and second half.
Cashmere has won the toss and is deferred.
Okay, over here.
So there you go. The coin toss goes the way of the Bulldogs, and they defer to the second half. So Omak will have the football first, and of course exactly the opposite of what I was just talking about as far as the lineups are concerned. So we'll flip the card here. Talk about offense for Omak. Got to watch for Bo Sackman. He's just a sophomore, but a coach's kid. He's their quarterback, a 5'9", 150-pound sophomore. Kessler Fjellman is a 5'11", 165-pound junior running back, and boy, he will carry the load. Trey Rose, also a halfback at 5'9", 165 pounds. The wideouts, watch for Jonathan Stenberg. He's the favorite target. He wears number 22, a 6', 160-pound senior. The other wideouts are Xavier Devereaux, a 5'10", 150-pound sophomore, and Jeremiah Miller, a 5'9", 140-pound 250-pound junior. Up front, they've got Derek Anderson at 6 feet 220. He's the right tackle. John Bushko is the right guard at 5'8", 205. The center, 6'1", 255-pound sophomore Noah Big Boy. Jacob Hurlbert, the guard on the left side, 6 feet 260 pounds. And the left tackle is Brian Lopez at 6 feet and 185 pounds. We're about ready for our kickoff here tonight for this one as we get ready for it here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Always love to tee it up here at Cashmere High School. As doing the kickoff duties tonight, well, they list Tony Ogwin as the kicker, but obviously we got somebody else out there doing the kicking unit here for Cashmere, and they do a little pooch kit on the near side, and it goes out of bounds, and that will be a good field position for Omak to start the football game. And well, if you're the Bulldogs, Pete, I don't know about giving them that kind of field position to start the game.
Well, yeah, you're right. That's a tough call, but, you know, that's a 50-50 ball, and trying to catch them off guard. Get Omak's all jacked up, ready to go. Maybe we catch them turning their back, and we get one early.
So the ball will be placed at the spot rather than that penalty. It's the longest penalty in football, 25 yards. Officially, they mark it off from the line of scrimmage. But they will put it down here at the 48-yard line. So that's where Cashmere will have their first possession of the football game as Bo Sackman, a lone man in the backfield, will shift everybody back. So Fjellman will come behind him in the tailback position. High snap, they'll hand it off to Fjellman over the left side. Not much there, maybe a couple of yards out to the 50-yard line. Good job defensively for Cashmere. Let's talk about the Bulldogs up front. Cole Scott is one defensive end. The nose tackle is Tony Ogwin. Brody Larson, the other tackle. Edge rusher Luke Jacobson. And the linebackers are Dallin Smart and Josh Maros. Watch for Cade Wilkinson to come off the edge. Matt Kellery is the cornerback along with Aiden Tice. Jack Croce and Trey Smith are the safeties. So 2nd down and 8 from midfield here for Omak. 2 receivers to the short side left, 1 wide right. In motion from left to right is Fjellman. And they're going to throw it his way, and he's got room over there. Gets away from one man up the far sideline. He'll go to the 20, to the 15, and then finally tumble down. No, he's going to stay on his feet and almost get it into the end zone. Holy cow. Takes it all the way down to about the 2-yard line. Give him 48 yards on the pass play. And a 1st down and goal for Omak, and their big first play of the game is a couple of missed tackles along the way, Pete.
Well, they send that guy in motion. He's flying across there. It looked like we were in man, and they didn't get that switch. The DB coming across, he got behind and left him open in the flat.
Jovan Mercado will split out wide to the right on this particular play. On this setup, we'll see if they go to run it, and we got flags down. We had movement up front, and everybody pointing at each other, so we'll see what the penalty flag is here. Our referee for tonight's ball game is Rich Halterman, and he'll say dead ball against the defense, offsides. So our first penalty of the ball game is just for a yard against Cashmere, and that'll be half the distance. So 1st and 1, if you will. Handoff, Fjellman, right side, dive play. He got hit at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get the end zone. They're going to mark him short about the 2-inch line. Good job by Cashmere's defense up front. And one of the first ones there was Josh Maros. He came in one of the leading tacklers for Cashmere with 54 tackles on the season. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 1-inch line, if you will, for Omak. See if they stick to that shotgun formation here. They will with Bo Sackman back there. It's one of those where you think maybe you come up under center and go with a sneak. They're going to turn, hand it to Fjellman again, and he will dive this time. Will he get to the end zone? That is the question. No, the officials are saying no.
Touchdown.
Oh, okay. Now the official on the far side says yes. Finally, hands raised in the air. And, well, one big play, big difference on that drive, Pete.
Yeah, that's tough to stop anybody with that size on the offensive line at the 1-yard line. That's just an uphill battle for our defense.
So Fjellman with the 1-yard touchdown run, and the extra point is by Sackman, and it's on the way, and it is good. We will take a 30-second break and come back. Omak on top first here in Cashmere, 7-0. You're watching Caribou Trail League Football on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Direct from Las Vegas, Holiday Dreams, a spectacular holiday cirque. Experience holograms, interactive lasers, projection mapping, and a cast of international cirque performers on one stage. Experience the futuristic holiday show everyone's talking about. Make new memories with your family this holiday season and experience Holiday Dreams, a spectacular holiday show. Live in concert.
Sideline, Cashmere is going to have some pretty decent field position across the 30 up to about the 32-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will have their first possession of the ball game.
With the stop, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
And they'll have it with 10:06 to go here in the first quarter of play, down 7-0.
Yeah, obviously the start that Coach Bremer didn't want to have here, but we talk about adversity, and we'll see how the Dogs bounce back here.
Well, they said that they had a great week of practice this week after the heartbreaking loss last week at the Pear Bowl. Turn and hand on a counterplay, and here we go. On the run is Verrilman, and this senior doesn't get a lot of time to play, but he's going to take it all the way to the end zone for the touchdown. How about that? Henry Verrilman with a handoff on the counterplay, and he will go for the 68-yard touchdown. Well, Henry Verrilman has not had a lot of playing time, according to Coach Brian Bremer. He said he was putting him in the lineup tonight to give him a chance as a senior, to reward him for his efforts. And he took that 68 yards for the touchdown. And now Cashmere are going to go for 2 on the extra point. And the quarterback's going to keep it. He'll dive to the end zone. And actually, the quarterback is Crochet. So Crochet lined up as the quarterback in this odd formation, and it's a 2-point conversion, and Cashmere, just like that, takes the lead 8-7. We'll take a 30-second break and come back and catch our breath and get some oxygen. You're watching Caribou Trail League Football on the NCWLIFE Channel. Once again here to Cashmere High School. Teeing it up is Genaro Reyna. He is kicking it off here for Cashmere. Now, they went kind of with an onside kick on the opening kickoff. Let's see if they try to kick it a little deeper here this time. Now, you do have some talent back on the return here for Omak, so I understand. And another pooch kick, and this is going to come down and bounce around inside the 30, and it's going to go out of bounds. And I think the game plan here, Pete Phillips, is to keep it away from those talented return guys.
Well, you're absolutely right. Those guys can tear it up just like we saw on the Bulldog side. So keeping it away, but that's a little better field position than our first attempt.
Well, the drive for Cashmere was all in one play and 12 seconds. 68-yard run for Verrilman. The 2-point conversion by Crochet makes it an 8-7 Cashmere lead as Omak gets the ball in their second possession of the game at 9:54 left here in the first quarter. And we're going to run out of ink to keep track of this one if they score at this pace for the rest of the night. Be like watching some of that college football on Saturday nights. So here we go, Omak with the football, and Sackman's going to put 5 receivers in the set, so open backfield for him. He's going to send Fjellman in motion. Watch for him, and he lost the football. It's loose on the ground. I think Cashmere had a shot at it, but Omak, did they recover it? No, Cashmere says they've got it. They do! Coming up with a football for the Bulldogs on the recovery of the fumble is Dallin Smart, the linebacker, covers it. And how about that? Cashmere gets a break as Omak turns it over.
Yeah, you know, it rained on and off all day. The field's wet, typical Friday night, and that ball just slipped out of his hand on the backswing, and Cashmere takes over.
So the recovery by Dallin Smart. Well, Pete, you go to the end zone here in the first play.
Well, you know, I don't think they're gonna. I think they're gonna play a little bit more conservative start of this game.
Okay, first down from the Omak 28-yard line, and they go and turn and hand it off to their tailback, and up the middle for about 9 yards and a gulp is their running back that time, and it was for Cashmere carrying the football, Luke Jacobson, and boy, he's been carrying the rock well this year for Cashmere.
Yeah, Luke's a big, strong kid. I talked to him last week and asked him if he was going to get a move left or right, and he said, why? I just run straight up and down the field.
Gain of 8 yards on that first down carry. Well, they'll say they started the series at the 29, so that's 9 yards for Jacobson on his first carry of the ball game. He has 467 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns on the season coming in. He's the lone back here behind quarterback Trenton Mason. They'll give the handoff to him again. He's got the first down and more inside the 15 down to about the 13-yard line. Good run again over the left side and good push by the offensive line. So they'll give him 7 yards on that carry. Well, you average 7-8 yards a carry. Why not just hand him the ball?
Yep. Don't change what's working.
Trent Mason looks over to the sideline to get the call from the coaching staff here. As Cashmere has the lead and trying to convert a turnover into more points in the early going of this one. Just under 8:40 left in the first quarter. Under center this time is Mason. He'll turn, pitch it left, and Jacobson again around the left side, and he gets another 8-9 yards again before he's finally spilled down. They'll put him down to the 5-yard line. And Luke Jacobson carrying the load right now for Cashmere, doing well, and he's got, 8 yards on that carry.
Yeah, you know, after last week, that was a big loss last week for Cashmere, and I think that they're gonna put the ball where they can take care of the ball, right, and not turn the ball over. So I think Luke's the answer for sure on this series.
Well, in talking with the players yesterday and talking with Coach Brian Brummer, he said that Cascade came out and popped them in the mouth, and they weren't ready for that, and they didn't respond to that, honestly. And he says, tonight we got to pop Omak in the mouth, and boy, they're trying to do that right here. Back, handoff, Jacobson running left, got past one man, got past two man, he's in the end zone, and touchdown, Cashmere. Luke Jacobson on a 5-yard run, and boy, he made two men miss, got it into the end zone, and Omak's back on their heels right now, trailing at 14-7 with the extra point still to come. Olguin will kick the extra point here. Got a bad snap. Did they even get the snap away is the question. Sure. Maybe a little slick on the handle there. And, no good on the extra point. As that will be unfortunate for Cashmere, but they still lead Omak 14-7. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. You're watching Caribou Trail League Football on the NCWLIFE Channel. It took all of 4 plays, and it was Jacobson on all 4 of those plays as he takes it in from 5 yards out. The extra point, no good, makes it a 14-7 Cashmere lead with 6:45 to go here in the first quarter. It is a wet night. It rained all night last night, all day today, so things are slick out there. Reyna on the ensuing kickoff. This one goes past the return man all the way inside the 5 where he collects it there, up across the 10, and then he's wrapped up and spilled down at the 13-yard line. Short return because having to chase after it was Trey Rose, and well, good game plan here for Cashmere so far, Pete.
Well, that was a great kick. They scooted it right by there. Like you said, the grass is wet. That ball hit the ground and skipped right on by.
So the Pioneers with the ball deep in their own end at their own 13-yard line for their 3rd possession of the game. And last time Bo Sackman stepped back, he went to wind up to throw the ball, but he left it behind him, and Cashmere was able to recover the fumble. So 1 turnover and points off a turnover for Cashmere. Boy, they saw that last week against Cascade, so trying to better that here tonight, and they have so far. So 1st and 10, Sackman is a bark up front, and we get the defensive line moving across the line of scrimmage, and penalty flags come raining in, so this will be against Cashmere.
Well, what a great start for the Bulldogs. Couple quick scores and just a little too much excitement. These guys are ready to get after it and not watching the ball.
Well, nice job by Sackman, the sophomore quarterback. We talk about him being a sophomore, but being a coach's kid, that kind of ages you a little bit more than maybe what your age will say on paper. He's got 5 receivers in the formation here on a first down and 5 from the 19-yard line, as he'll send a man in motion, turn, and hand it to him around the right side and trying to find the corner, and he does, and gets up the far sideline in front of the Omak bench, gets a first down out to the 29-yard line. And the carry that time for the Bulldogs was Jacoby Allen. He's a backup running back, number 16. And he'll take it all the way out to they're going to put it down at the 28-yard line. So a gain of 10 yards on that carry, the first of the ball game for Jacoby Allen. Allen will line up as a slot back to the right here, and an empty backfield again behind Bo Sackman. Nobody but the goal line back there, first down and 10. He'll send Jacoby in motion again. He'll fake it to him and then keep it himself. He's got big yardage across midfield into Cashmere territory before he's finally spilled down. We get a maybe horse collar call on the end of it as the tackle was finally made for Cashmere by Josh Maros. But a big gain all the way to the 40 of Cashmere, and we'll check the penalty flag. Right now that stands at a 21-yard gain. And the official will come and tell us. Well, first they're going to discuss it a little bit. I appreciate it when they take time to discuss it. Rich Halterman is our referee tonight from our Chelan County Officials Association.
Well, a little misdirection there, right? They've run the fly sweep a few times. Sackman on the keeper. He's a great athlete. Kid's got speed, he's got size, and we were chasing from behind. Sometimes there's only one way to grab him. That's by the back.
Personal foul, horse collar is the call. So they're going to add 15 onto the run. So that really hurts. So the ball was to the 40. And the penalty will be the 3rd of the night here against Cashmere. And that will be 23 yards in penalties already against the Bulldogs, as they'll take it all the way inside the 25. They'll put it down at the 24-yard line. Ouch. So Cashmere backed up here with a big run and the penalty on top of it. They're going to turn and hand it around the left side. Cashmere having a hard time getting to the corner right now, but this time they do a better job of it, and a short gain on the play as the handoff again was to Jacoby Allen around the left side. And let's see where they give him progress down to about the 22. So a gain of 2 yards on that running play by Allen. Well, that's what Coach Bremer talked about, was the speed that Omak has, and they're just trying to get to the corner before Cashmere can get there.
Yep, they give those guys a head start. They're coming in motion. Defense has got to keep up and swerve through some linebackers to stay with them.
Stenberg is lined up to the wide side of the field right. Allen goes in motion. They fake the handoff to him, and Sackman wants to keep it. He's got a blocker in front. He has the corner and more as he's looking for the end zone. He's going to be close to it. Down out of bounds at about the 2-yard line. as Bo Sackman on another big gain here for Omak.
Kelly with the tackle.
Going to put it down at the 2-yard line. So a gain of 20 yards by Bo Sackman. He came into the game tonight with 284 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns on the ground. So he's not a stranger to packing the rock here for Omak, as the Pioneers looking to cut into a 14-7 lead here as the clock stops on the out-of-bounds play with 6:21 to go here in the first quarter. A lot of scoring in this opening quarter. Handoff Fjellman. He's looking for the end zone, and he gets it. Touchdown, Omak.
Touchdown, Pioneers.
So the second touchdown of the ball game for Omak comes on the ground again and on the legs of Kessler Fjellman. The 5'11", 165-pound junior finds the end zone from 2 yards out.
Well, Omak's running behind those big linemen. Little off tackle, inside handoff there. Tough to stop on the 2.
Just a 6-play drive that started at their own 13-yard line. The extra point is up and good. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. A lot of scoring here in the first quarter as we're now tied. It was 6:16 to go in the first, all tied at 14. It's Omak, it's Cashmere, it's Caribou Trail League on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Are you a take charge kind of person? Consider a career as a health unit coordinator. You'll work to keep health facilities running efficiently by coordinating medical providers, patients, and departments. The Charter College Certificate in Health Unit Coordinator program can get you up to speed on basic patient care, health records management, health and safety procedures, and medical billing. And the 10-month online program includes a computer you keep. Get started at chartercollege.edu, where we work to get you to work.
Cashmere, the drive for Omak, started at their own 13-yard line. They go 6 plays, 87 yards, get a help from some penalties there, and a touchdown run from 2 yards out by Fjellman. The extra point is good, and it's a 14-14 game with 6:16 to go here in this first quarter of play. So it will be Sackman to kick the ball away here for Omak. Everybody goes in motion. A high end-over-end kick will come down to an up man at the 30. 35, 40, look out on the return for Cashmere. It's Josh Maros, and he got good yardage, finally spilled down up near midfield. They're going to put him down at the 47-yard line. And the plan of attack here, Pete, I'm kind of curious. Just keep it away from the talent guys, I guess?
Yeah, I think you're right. On both sides, we've seen deliberate kickoffs where they're aiming anywhere but those 2 guys that are deep. So.
Well, and I wonder if it's a little bit of the footing out there, too, for the kickers.
Yep.
Maybe, possibly. Yep. So Cashmere football, first down from its own 47-yard line. Good field position again for the Bulldogs, as they'll have it with plenty of time left in this first quarter of play. Appreciate you joining us here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Along with Pete Phillips, I'm Eric Granstrom as we come to you from a chilly Cashmere after a lot of rain today. And boy, I'll tell you, we needed that rain badly here in north central Washington. It's been way too long without any moisture. So Trenton Mason will start the offense here. Hand it off again to Verrilman. And unlike his first carry of the ball game that found pay dirt, this one goes for nothing as he's tackled at the line of scrimmage. Good job coming up and filling here that time for Omak defensively by C.J. Arroyo. Actually a loss of a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 11 coming up from the 46. Cashmere taking their time here and making sure the play call is correct, as Mason will break the huddle. He's got Jacobson behind him about 7 yards deep. They fake the handoff or the pitch to him. They throw out the flat. The ball is through the receiver's hands, and if the defender had been with his head up, he may have intercepted it and returned it for a touchdown. Went right through the hands of Jack Croce. There's that slippery ball we're talking about.
I think you're right, Eric. I think that hit the defender right in the chest, and tough to catch for both those guys, but quick little misdirection, then a little bubble screen on the backside.
Good idea, especially with Jack Croce, one of your leading ball carriers, either on receiving or just get him the ball. That's basically what you want to do if you're Cashmere, but that time the ball squirts through his hands, and it'll be a 3rd down and long here for Cashmere. So you hate to get in those obvious passing downs, especially against this real tough defense for the Omak Pioneers. They'll turn, Fake the handoff to two bodies and then throw incomplete in the backfield looking for Jacobson, but Omak smelled that one out, and they had bodies all over the place. No place to go with the football. It'll be a 4th down and a punting situation for Cashmere. So a couple of passes for Trenton Mason there, and incomplete on both. And in fact, I don't think he's completed a pass yet, has he?
Nope.
Trenton?
Nope.
So 0 for 2 or in the ball game so far. Meanwhile, Tony Oldwin will come in to punt. He'll stand at about his own 32-yard line. And again, my eyes are failing me. I think it's Fjellman back there to return the punt here for Omak. Oldwin with an end-over-end punt will hit short and then take a Cashmere bounce. Fjellman's going to let that roll. And for Cashmere, they're thankful he does because it rolls all the way to the 10-yard line. So a decent punt there. Our first punt to the ball game. And it will be Omak football at their own 10. All tied up at 14. High-scoring first quarter of play here tonight. Of course, the last time we had these two teams, I think it was a 40-some to 30-some game here at Cashmere here a couple of years ago in the fall of 2019. Your boys had a big say in that one that night.
Yes, they did. Yep, I remember that vividly. We had the ball down here on the goal line by the scoreboard and couldn't punch it in for the win.
Earmarks of a similar game maybe up and down the field for both teams. We'll see about that. As Bo Sackman will break the huddle, he's got the running back, and he goes with a pitch option, and maybe he should have pitched that football because Cashmere right there defensively. Nice job by the Bulldogs come and corral him there. And the stop made by Brody Larson, the 6', 240-pound freshman. Yes, that's right, freshman. Does a nice job making the tackle. They're going to say a loss of 2 yards on the play for Fjellman. For Sackman. So Bo Sackman hasn't been many times where he's lost yardage in the game so far, but he does lose a couple of yards there. So 2nd and 12 coming up for the Pioneers, ball right hash mark. Maybe a little more conservative of play calling here for Nick Sackman, the head coach. Now they're going to go back to pass pressure, throw over the middle, and way overthrowing the intended receiver with pressure back there was Sackman. Cashmere coming on a stunt and got the pressure. He had to throw the ball away, so it's 3rd down coming up from the 8-yard line.
Yeah, there's a few guys back there. Luke Jacobson's back there, and Sackman had a guy that was just coming open. Didn't have the time to get it there.
Well, that's important for Cashmere's defensive efforts tonight. Anytime Sackman drops back to pass, if you don't let those routes develop downfield, it's always better for your defense. So Sackman looking at a 3rd and 12 here as Cashmere going to play straight up defensively. They got a 3-man front, and they're going to come on a little stunt again. The ball is incomplete. Pretty good coverage downfield for Cashmere that time by Aiden Tice. Got to the receiver about the same time the ball did. Incomplete on the pass. Brings up 4th down.
Well, I just love that route. They've got that wide out split all the way out to the left. He's got a ton of room with man-on-man, a little inside juke, and running a slant. And Sackman put the ball right where it needed to be.
Xavier Devereaux, the intended receiver, and he will not corral that one. So punting situation for the Pioneers is their punter is in the end zone. That is Sackman, the punter. Gets the punt away, but it's not a good punt. It will take an Omak bounce and get outside the 30 to about the 32-yard line. And that's about it. 20-yard punt. And Cashmere, great field position with 4:08 to go here in this first quarter of play. Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Biosports Physical Therapy. Find them online at biosports.net. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Also by Charter College. They work to get you to work. Find out about how to enroll today at chartercollege.edu.
You know what? That was kind of a weird play there. I think Sackman actually kicked it into his own.
Did he
back.
kick it into his own coverage?
His back came across him to block somebody on the right side, and he kicked it into him.
Now we had a penalty after the fact against Omak, I assume, because they just moved the ball to the 20-yard line. So I'm not sure what the penalty was. Oh, they're saying, okay, so the ball was touched by Omak. So with that funky punt, then it hit a Pioneer at the 20. So that's where they're going to put the ball. So another break for Cashmere. Let's see if they can take advantage of it. So that turns out to be just a 12-yard punt. Goodness. So a couple of punts per side here. Little stalemate at 14 with 4:08 to go here in the first quarter of play. Turn, handoff, Jacobson again. Gets past one man who was deep in the backfield. Got it inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line. So good push up front again for Cashmere. And just, I don't know, it keeps working. Why go away from it?
You know, the when you can stay ahead of the chains, right, and your positive yardage, it's just a whole different playbook that you can call compared to the last series where we're 2nd and 12, 3rd and 12. If we can get positive yards, it makes everybody's day easier.
2nd down and 4 coming up from the 14. Need to get to the 10 for a first down. Motion man from right to left here for Cashmere, and they'll turn, hand it off again around the side, but we got a flag coming down. It looks like it's going to be a hold against the offense coming from the white hack back there, so that's probably on Cashmere. Well, we talked about penalties had hurt the Bulldogs defensively. A penalty here against the offense will certainly not help the cause either. The official talking to one of the linemen here. Cole Scott was asking for verification of exactly what happened. It will be a hold against Cashmere. Another penalty flag against the Bulldogs. So that's 4 penalties, 33 yards. No penalties so far for Omak.
Yeah, that was Omak lineman beat him off the ball and got a good first step, and there's nothing he could do but hang on to that one.
So it'll be 2nd down over again back at the 25. So call it 2nd and 15 now for Cashmere after the penalty flag. No, I still think Jacobson up the middle. They haven't been able to stop it yet so far, and Jacobson is lined up as the tailback here behind Trenton Mason. They're going to turn, hand it to him left side. He's had to stutter step at the line of scrimmage, tried to bounce it outside. He got positive yardage, but didn't get a lot out there as Omak stuffed it up the middle. He tried to bounce it, but the Pioneers were able to converge and come up with the tackle and a gain of down to the 22, so just gain of 3 yards on that one. Going to bring up 3rd and long here for Cashmere. Ball left hash mark. Jacobson will come out of the lineup here, so apparent passing situation for the Bulldogs. So they'll bring in extra man with hands here as the clock winds under 2:30 to go here in this first quarter of play. Verrilman will come into the lineup. He splits out wide left here on a 3rd down and 13. He'll go in motion and fake it a handoff. Now throw down over the flat. The ball caught out there, and the ball is still in the hands of Jack Croce. Got away from one man, got a first down, and almost got it into the end zone. Beautiful job by Croce. Gain of 20 yards on the pass play down to the 2-yard line.
That's a great setup, little play action. Great route by Croce, kind of tucked in there behind the safeties.
Well, you talk to my normal broadcast partner, Grant Olson. His favorite play in high school football, well, any level of football, is the play action. If you have a running game at all, play action works 9 out of 10 times. Get those linebackers looking back there, and then suddenly you get an opening over the middle. So Croce will line up wide to the left here, and he'll go in motion. They'll turn, hand it off, and a spinning running back is caught up at the line of scrimmage, and Logan Collins not able to gain the end zone here. He's no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and goal over again on Collins' first carry of the game. He came in tonight with 254 yards rushing and a touchdown. Carried the ball 56 times, so he's not a stranger to carrying the ball back there for Cashmere. As they go with a rotation on the tailback between Jacobson and Collins. About a minute left to go as they get ready to snap this one. Jacobson back in there, about 6 yards behind Trenton Mason. Motion man is Verrilman. They'll hand it to him. He'll cut it back and looking for the end zone, and he's close. The official over there is diminutive, so hard to see her with the call. And they're going to say he's down at inside the 1-yard line. So a gain of a couple of yards there for Verrilman, looking for his 2nd touchdown of the night. So 3rd and goal coming up from the, let's say 1 yard line here for Cashmere. See if the Bulldogs go with a jumbo package. Now, Cole Scott has run the football this year at 6'3", 265 pounds. In fact, coming in, he's got 2 touchdowns on the season. So we'll see if they put him back there as a running back on this particular play.
Well, I think the other spot he has back there is just playing quarterback, not even a wildcat. They've got him lined up in shotgun.
Yes, they do. So Scott will take the snap. He'll take it to the left side, and he will go into the end zone. Touchdown, Cashmere. Cole Scott on a keeper gets his 3rd touchdown of the season and puts Cashmere back up by 6.
Well, I was talking to Bremer before the game. That's their heavy formation. There's no play call there.
Yeah,
it's just heavy.
I asked him what you call it. That's what he told me. He goes, yeah, we just call it heavy. That's it.
For a reason. Cole Scott off the tackle.
So Mason will hold. Olguin will come in to try to tack on the extra point. Better snap this time. They actually had a snap, but the ball is kicked low and under the crossbar. So no good on the extra point. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. You're watching Cashmere and Omak, 20-14 Bulldogs. We're back after this.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
Drive for Cashmere, 6 plays, 22 yards, 4 minutes and 8 seconds off the clock. Longest drive I think we've had of the night so far. Touchdown run by Scott. The extra point no good. Makes it a 20-14 Cashmere lead here. And I think, Pete, if you're Brian Bremer, you got to be pretty happy with how things are going so far.
Well, I think these guys came out after that start. We were a little questionable, but what a great game. And we're still in the first quarter, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Just 0.1 of a second. 0.6 of a second left. I probably should have just kept it right here. Uh-oh, the kicker fell down. The ball hits the face mask of the return man, and Cashmere covers it. Happy accident, and Cashmere will benefit. You don't dial that one up.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a planned kick. I'm sure that he was pushing that down the middle just to see what would happen, and it had enough speed, skipped off the grass. Yeah, hit him in the face mask, bounced back towards the kicking team.
Reyna slipped and fell as he came and approached the football, and it came off at an odd angle, but as Pete mentioned, with a lot of scoot to it, hit the face mask of the return man, and Cashmere right there on the rebound, and gets the football at its own 40-yard line. So an interesting way to end the first quarter. And we'll keep it right here in between since we already just went to a commercial break. But Cashmere, again, well, second turnover of the game, Pete. It's one thing they found last week against Cascade. You turn the ball over, you're going to have a hard time on that scoreboard when it comes to the end of the night. You get turnovers, and you make something out of them. Makes the hill a lot easier to climb.
Yep. You know, every football coach talks about the 3 pieces of a football game: offense, defense, and special teams. And you just have to win 2 of them. And special teams has been huge for Cashmere tonight.
Our broadcast here on the NCWLIFE Channel brought to you by Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, providing heating and air conditioning service, installation, and repair since 1982, serving residential and commercial. They specialize in indoor air quality. Also by Global Car Care. Your vehicle is their number 1 priority. Diesel and European cars are their specialty. Pickup and drop off available too. Stop by their website at globalcarcare.net.
Well, I'm thinking we're going to ride the wave. Take a shot right here. What do you think, Eric?
You think? I don't know, with the ball and the field conditions being so slick, I get conservative here and think, okay, just hand the ball to Jacobson and just go right up the middle. But, you know, that's why I'm up here and not down there with the headset on as the coaching staff. By the way, I should mention, assistant coaches for Brian Bremer are Steve Simonson, Tim Scott, Brandon Wagg, Tyler Tice. Who else do we have here? We've got Larry Michael, Rob Larson. And I think I got everybody. Joseph Roche as well. And here's your throw to the end zone. And unfortunately, it's picked off for Cashmere. Omak back there playing center position. Now, the receiver came up with a ball out of bounds, but I think they're going to say that's an interception. They're going to go the other way for Omak.
Sure looked like an interception. Yep, I think you're right.
So just kind of a chuck in the air.
Yeah, it's a tough ball to throw deep against this type of defense, as they put a corner over the wide receiver, and then they have a safety just playing center field, and so you got to throw it. You got to throw the ball pretty deep to get over the top here.
So, if you will, it works as a kickoff extended after the turnover on the kickoff, and then it's down at the 10-yard line. So 1st and 10 there, handoff up the middle. Fjellman picking his way forward. And got about 9 yards on that first down carry, close to the first down yardage. Stick about a yard away, so give him a gain of 9 on that first down carry. Fjellman has done well when he's seen his touches here so far tonight, and that time just right up the gut behind that big offensive line, at 255, 260, right up the middle. In the shotgun is Bo Sackman. They've got 3 receivers in the set. Handoff again, Fjellman, and he is wrapped up right at the line to scrimmage. I don't think he got the first down. Going to be short. Going to be a 3rd down coming up. Bulldogs do a great job of converging there.
Ball carrier Fellman.
They're going to put him down at the 19, so no gain on the carry for Fjellman. And Pete, did you see who got that tackle there for Cashmere?
Nope, right.
It was right up the middle.
Yep. Looked like right tackle. Looks like Cole Scott on that side.
Okay, so Scott is there. Olguin right up the middle as well. So a 3rd down and 1. Cashmere kind of flexing the muscles here a little bit defensively. Now we'll see if Omak goes to the air. Nope, it's Sackman going to try to keep it. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, hit behind the line of scrimmage. Now the push, and I think he's going to be short of the line to gain. Cashmere doing a lot better job this time around up the middle, as Sackman kept it, and no gain on the play. Going to bring up 4th down and 1 from the 19. How about that?
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. That's, 3 times up the middle. Not a lot of progress on the last 2. And Omak's got so much speed.
Now, Omak, will they punt it? Now, Sackman is the one to watch here. He is their punter. On a 4th and 1, they're going to turn and hand it, and caught in the backfield. They're going to be stopped on the 4th down play. Loss of 4 yards. Cashmere covers, and they make the stop. Great job defensively for the Bulldogs by Trey Smith, who comes up on the tackle. Why would you go for it? 4th down at your own 19-yard line. That's my question.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, what a way to answer after throwing an interception, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, defense comes on the field, gets the ball back, and
so Cashmere says, yeah, we'll take that, and give credit to the Bulldog defense. They made the plays when they had to, and a 4th down, and Nick Sackman, the head coach for Omak, rolling the dice there. So Cashmere with another opportunity deep in Omak territory. They'll have it at the 15-yard line, ball left hash mark. Splitting out wide to the right this time, moderately wide, is Henry Verrilman. Jacobs into the backfield and turn. They fake the handoff to him, throw out the flat. The ball caught by Croce. He's got 5 yards anyway, and then finally spilled down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line. Pretty good gain there on the little pitch and catch. Coming back towards the line of scrimmage and then getting yardage was Jake Croce inside the 10. They'll put him down at the 9-yard line, gain of 6 yards. Jack Croce came in with 433 yards receiving and 7 touchdowns. He also has a couple of touchdowns rushing. So watch for number 1. They try to get the ball to him no matter how they can. So 2nd down and short, and Croce will come in motion. They'll wait for him to get through. They'll turn and hand it to Jacobson. He stutter-stepped in the backfield and didn't help his cause much. He might get enough for the first down. It's going to be close. The officials are saying, yeah, he got it. So a first down. And the tackle made up front by Jacob Hurlbert, but not before Jacobson gets the yardage he needed.
And that's a Bulldog first down.
So it didn't look much, but it got 4 yards.
It was effective. He got a couple yards after the contact, but you're right. That little stutter step that he has at the line of scrimmage is slowing everything down for him. If he just puts his head down, that's an extra 3 or 4 yards.
Make a step and go, and just decide you're going to go. Matt Kelly will line up here wide to the right here for Trenton Mason on a 1st and goal from the 5. He'll pitch it to Jacobson running left. He's got room. He's into the end zone. Walks in like he's on a Sunday picnic stroll, and a touchdown for Cashmere.
Hand that to Jacobson. Look for a 5-yard touchdown run.
Well, get Luke the ball with a head of steam. That time he ran with a little bit more aggression, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
He got the corner and then just saw he had nothing but black jerseys blocking in front of him, so he easily walks it in for the touchdown. Now, let's see if Cashmere goes for 2 here. After their last point after touchdown, well, 2 in a row, the kicks have been kind of an adventure here so far on a slippery night in Cashmere.
Yeah, one thing I love about that play is where it started with the formation, and Cashmere traditionally runs towards that short side of the field, and they'll stack that side, and you'd think that would not help them, not be in their favor, but it worked there.
So Cashmere takes advantage of turning it over on downs, and now they're going for 2 and rolling out to his right, now throwing towards the end zone. The ball overthrown. His intended receiver does Trenton Mason. He was looking for Matt Kelly in the end zone, overthrew him. Or was it Verrilman on the anticipated pass back there? It was.
Well, that play action, again, if you're running the ball, that works every time to get the defense shift into one direction. But what you saw there was he was open early. If he would have let go of that ball as soon as he turned his head, he would have had the guy in the end zone, but then the defense closed the gap.
We'll take a quick break, come back, 30 seconds on the broadcast. It's 26-14 Cashmere over Omak. You're watching Caribou Trail League Football on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Come on, I'm a certified technician. I was trained to take good care of you.
9. I've only been to the dealer.
I've been coming here for years. These guys are great.
Look around. The BMW, the Jag, the Volvo, they're all waiting for regular service. Well, the BMW has a little computer issue, but that's nothing we can't handle. Come on in.
From regular maintenance to computer troubleshooting, trust the Global Car Care technicians with your import, diesel-powered, or domestic vehicle. Global Car Care. They speak your car's language.
Dankeschön.
At our arena to kick it away for Cashmere after the touchdown, put the Bulldogs up 26-14. Tumbling kickoff, return here across the 25, 30, excuse me, up to the 35-yard line. I'm all choked up here. As Omak will have some pretty decent field position after a short kick and a decent return. Let's see where they put the ball down. See if they'll chalk it up at the 35. Where are we here? 37 is where they'll put the ball down. First down and 10 for Omak. Well, Pete, so far, Cashmere's been able to take advantage of turnovers, and that time around just a stop on 4th down. Gutsy play by Nick Sackman. I don't know, you might scratch your head about that one come Saturday morning, but on a 4th down play, Cashmere makes the stop. So here comes Omak. See what they do here. Turn, handoff, and right there, the Bulldogs, he lost the football. Cashmere trying to cover it, and it is 2nd down according to the official, and almost another turnover here for Omak.
Well, you know, they're sticking to their game plan. It's up the middle. It's off tackle. They're just not getting anywhere. Our linemen are beating them off the line, filling those holes.
I saw number 33 in there again, and he's been all over the place for Cashmere tonight, Josh Maros, who is tying up the ball carrier. Loss, by the way, back to the 34, so a loss of 3 yards on that running play as they handed it off that time to Fjellman. Fjellman will come as a slot back over to the right here. And Sackman back to pass, looking downfield, throwing the ball, fluttering. The ball caught by Fjellman at the 40. It's a sprint towards the end zone to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. He'll dive into the end zone for the touchdown. Over the top of Croce. Jack made the swipe at the ball as it came through, and Fjellman right there, and a touchdown strike for Omak of 66 yards.
Well, we've been talking about it all game long. When you have a run game and it's effective, or you're keying on that, Omak took advantage there. Got us sucked up on the run, threw it over the top. Great pass.
Extra point is on the way, and it is good. And so just like that, we're back to a 5-point ball game. 7:20 to go here in the half. 26-21. Cashmere by 5. You're watching Caribou Trail League Football on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hello, my name is Brian Brett, the Fire Chief for Chelan County Fire District 1, and I just wanted to talk about how amazing our Rivercom team is. They are intentional, purposeful, and skillful in everything they do, and they are the best at what they do. How they prepare, how they handle the caller, how they coordinate the emergency services, and how they push themselves to be the best. This is the kind of spirit that our Rivercom telecommunicators have. Our community needs you, we need you, we admire you, you're our lifeline.
You're watching Cashmere and Omak tonight, and it's been kind of a track meet up and down. 47 points on the board so far, and we still got 7:20 to go here in the first half. 26-21, the drive, if you can call it that. 2 plays and 66 yards. The touchdown by Sackman on the pass to Fjellman, the extra point good. And it is a 26-20 contest here, or 21 contest here, as the ensuing kickoff is fumbled around at the 25-yard line on the return to the 30, and that's all that Cashmere were able to do with it that time on the return. The return man for Cashmere having a hard time finding the handle on it was Aiden Tice. Well, the possession so far, touchdown, touchdown, fumble, touchdown, touchdown, punt, punt, touchdown, interception, over on downs, touchdown, touchdown. That's an active first half there, Pete.
Well, I tell you what a great game to watch as a fan, right? And playing, right?
You're
going up and down the field, ball's moving around. It might be one of those games, whoever touches this thing last is coming out on top.
Could be. So Cashmere now looking for the answer, the response, after giving up the 2-play touchdown to Omak. And now we'll send a man in motion. They'll pitch it back to Jacobson. No, it's Croce across the 30 and spun down there at about the 34-yard line after a gain of 4 yards. And Cole Scott got a block downfield on Trey Rose and drove him into the Cashmere bench 15 yards downfield. If he does not play at the next level, it'll be a crying shame. And it sounds like he's got a couple of offers already from Eastern and from Idaho, and I'll tell you, this kid is impressive.
Yeah, Cole Scott, one of the best at engaging and keeping that block and driving that block downfield.
He did there, that's for sure. He's the tackle on the left side, big number 77. Second down for Cashmere and 6 yards to go. Handoff again, and this time Croce is tripped up right at the line of scrimmage. He got across the 35 out to the 36, so they'll give him a gain of 2 on the play. So they got Croce running as the tailback right now. And I'm looking on the sideline here to see maybe if there's any problems with Jacobson. Looks like he's fine.
Yeah, I think they're just using all three, right, with Collins also, and just getting a different set of hands. And we know the ball needs to go through Jack Croce for Cashmere.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So they're trying to get a little speed maybe in the backfield with Croce back there. And it looks like Croce going to line up again as the tailback behind Mason. Mason turns, pitches it to him, running left, and Omak all over that one, and he is hit hard and then tumbled down right in front of the Cashmere bench. Big stick that time for the Omak Pioneers by Trey Rose, and a loss of a couple of yards on the play back to the 34, 33-yard line, so a loss of 3 on that play, going to bring up 4th down. And no decision for Brian Bremer and company. They're going to punt this ball away, as Olgwin will come out to punt it away. Back to return it will be Kessler Fjellman, and he is a dangerous one back there. So we'll see what Olgwin tries to do on the punt from his own 33. Good pass from center. Olgwin dropped the football, however. He still can't get it, and it's going to be picked up by Omak, and returning it here is one of their big linemen. He's going to take it for a touchdown. Jacob Hurlbert will convert it into 6 points for the Pioneers.
Well, yeah, it was kind of a low snap, but it was catchable. Kind of bobbled, maybe slippery, maybe a little wet, and then instead of falling on the ball, trying to pick it up, and a few linemen knocked him over.
The return will be about 22 yards. And just like that, Omak takes the lead back, 27-26, and they'll try to add to it here with the extra point. The snap back, the spot down, the kick away, and it is good. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. 5:34 to go here on the first half of play. Back and forth we go. Gotta rub my neck here. 28-26, Omak by 2. We're back after this.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether,
we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
The fumbled snap on the punter for Cashmere, dropped the ball, and Hurlburt picked it up, returned it 22 yards for the touchdown. The extra point makes it a 28-26 Omak lead here. Pioneers will kick the ball away back to Cashmere, so the Bulldogs hoping for a better handle on the football. Again, it's a chilly night here. It's a wet night. It rained all day, so anytime that ball touches the turf, it is slick as can be. So Cashmere tried to set up the reverse on the return here, and that's not happening. And kind of wheels rattling on the apple cart right now here for the Bulldogs as they find themselves down by 2. Return that time for Cashmere is by Aiden Tice, and they're going to put him down at the 28, so that's where Cashmere will start this next drive.
Well, you know, that's a lineman's dream we just saw on that bobbled punt. We practice that all the time, scoop and score, right? There's a place to fall on the ball, but when you're down there inside the 10, you just scoop it and run, and that guy, I don't know if that's running. He might have just been rumbling.
He was rumbling. It was a Keith Jackson special. He's rumbling and stumbling. Yep. So Cashmere now with the chance for the answer. Ball at their own 28-yard line. They'll send Verrilman in motion. Handoff is to Jacobson. And I'll tell you what, Omak sniffing things out right now as the Pioneers come piling in there. It was like a jailbreak, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss to the 26-yard line, loss of 2 yards. So the left side of the offensive line, right side of that defense, not working well here the last several times that Cashmere's tried to run that way in this one.
It's just night and day from the first quarter
to
the second quarter on that left side. Yep.
Totally. That's a big Cole Scott side over there, but they're overloading it, so you got too many men over there to block. Now back to pass is Mason, throwing downfield, got a man coming open, he's caught it, and Kelly running free at the 30, to the 20, to the 10, and he will dive and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Cashmere. Holy cow. Back and forth we go, and that is good for 74 yards.
Well, again, play action sucked up the defense a little bit. Trenton that time had the arm to get it over the top, and Mack made the catch. That's great. Great throw, great catch. It's real similar to the Omak score when they went over the top.
Defender fell down, and Kelly, that had to be like slow motion with that ball fluttering to him, waiting for it to come down in his grasp, and he's able to keep his feet and take it the rest of the way for the touchdown for Cashmere. 74-yard pass play from Mason to Kelly, and now looks like Cashmere going to try the two-point conversion again. Cole Scott will line up as the quarterback here in the backfield, so we'll see if he keeps it. Seems to be the modus operandi so far. He's going to run right and looking for the corner, and he will cut it in and walk himself into the end zone for the two-point conversion for Cole Scott. So the Cashmere Bulldogs are back on top here, 34-28. Back and forth we go. And hey, by the way, gang, we still got 4.5 minutes left of the first half. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. You're watching Caribou Trail League Football on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Well, the drive, again in quotations here, 2 plays, 74 yards. Touchdown from Mason to Kelly. Ensuing kickoff, offsides, and will be covered nicely here at midfield by Omak. As falling down on the ball, probably a guy that doesn't get to see it a lot, Owen Leader. 5'11", 190-pound. They list him as a lineman, and he covers the football nicely. So, again, great field position here if you're Omak at midfield. Yeah. And 4:32 to go, and everybody's got all their timeouts still.
It's interesting that that Cashmere's kicking those onside kicks so consistently. We only had one that's gone down the field, and I think just keeping away from their star is the key.
You were asking about turnovers. Actually, I forgot the turnover on that kickoff. So we've had 4 turnovers here in the ball game so far. So Omak first down and 10. Bo Sackman wants to throw left, pumps, now throws downfield. Receiver coming open, incomplete on the pass. And, a late flag will come in. Holy cow. I didn't see anything that deterred the receiver from receiving the football there, but the back judge makes the call.
Yeah, well, Tice was step for step with the receiver, and that was great defense. When you're talking high school defender covering a receiver and they're sprinting down the field, there was very little contact.
If anything, a hand check just to see that he was still there. Oh, my. Pass interference against Cashmere. Again, another penalty against the Bulldogs. And that is the 5th penalty now for 48 yards against Cashmere, none against Omak. Boy, that again, we talk about those penalties against the defense. And you think you make a nice play, and all for naught. So after the 15-yard mark-off, it'll be first down for Omak at the 35-yard line. So it's up to the Cashmere defense to bounce back from a negative play on a yellow hanky coming their way. Sackman will send a man in motion, and we got whistles and flags, and finally a flag going to come against the Pioneers on a illegal motion. So they'll mark it back 5. It'll be first down over again from the 40. First penalty against Omak here in the ball game. Our broadcast here on the NCWLIFE Channel brought to you by Harvest Valley Pest Control. You can rest assured Harvest Valley Pest Control uses kid and pet-safe material around your home or office. Call today for your free estimate. Also by Les Schwab. At Les Schwab, they take your safety seriously every time you stop by. So first down at the 40 of Cashmere. Ball right hash mark here for the Pioneers, as they will send Stenberg out to the right. Now, he's their leading receiver, and he's yet to be targeted here in the ballgame. Sackman's going to keep it. Right side, got the room, and will go out of bounds. He'll be shy of the first down, but he got good yardage on that running play. Just a little keeper, and just slowly, methodically worked his way down the field all the way to the Cashmere 27-yard line.
That was a great play, great setup with the play action and the keeper, and Sackman just let it develop, waited for a blocker to get out there, and then just able to turn the corner.
13 yards on the running play for Sackman on that one. It'll bring up a second down and much more manageable after the penalty on first down for Omak. As the Pioneers again empty the backfield here for Sackman. Jacoby Allen is in motion. Now they're going to throw it over the middle. The ball knocked away. Beautiful play for Cashmere. Defensively that time by Cade Wilkinson. Got a hand in. No penalty flag this time. It'll be third down coming up.
It'll bring up third down for the Pioneers.
Well, just the way you draw that up, Coach, right?
Well, that was great defense. Yeah, a little inside move from a slot, and Cade was there, got his right hand, reached out, stretched out in front, knocked the ball away.
Third down from the 27, 3rd down and 3 coming up. Splitting out wide to the left, Jovan Mercado, and they're going to turn, fake the handoff. Sackman wants to keep it, looking for the near sideline, and he's going to be taken into the Cashmere bench. Spun down on the play for the defense. Luke Jacobson is there, and it's going to be a 4th down and a loss of a yard.
Well, that's the bread and butter. Play action, little misdirection, riding that guy in motion, and then a keeper for Sackman. It's been a great play a few times tonight, but that time Bulldogs stretched it out to the short side.
I think, what do you think, play action and looking for the back out of the backfield this time? Well, no back in the backfield,
Empty.
but I would watch for Fjellman. He's number 3. He's the slot man nearest the line of scrimmage left. They're going to look, throw it his way, threw it behind him, and right there is Croce. Cashmere's going to cover, and the Bulldogs turn it over on downs again for the 2nd time here tonight. Cade Wilkinson out there as well on the stop for the Bulldogs. And the loss on the play is all the way back to the 32, so a loss of 4 yards. And it goes over on down. Boy, big stop for the Cashmere defense after the pass interference play that gave Omak great field position. So the Bulldogs will have it back at their own 32-yard line with lots of time here, by the way. 3:27 to go in the first half. Cashmere, man, we've had so many positions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16th possession of the game. And we're still in the first half. Incredible. Here's a handoff that goes around, and a beautiful run here for Cashmere that time by Colby Diaz. No, excuse me. Hanaro Reyna on the carry all the way out to midfield, gain of 18 yards.
Yeah, Reyna, he's a quick kid. He likes to get outside. He likes to stretch that defense. That time he planted a foot, picked a hole, and sprinted straight upfield.
Reyna was a slot back on the right side on that possession, and just came back on the counter play, took it left, and took it all the way out to the 50-yard line. So a first down for Cashmere after the 18-yard run on first down by Reyna. Reyna will line up as a slot here. He'll go in motion, and they'll turn and hand it back to Jacobson. Jacobson this time has better yardage on the left side. Will take it into Omak territory before he stood up and dropped at the 45-yard line, gain of 5 yards.
Gain of 5 on the play for the Bulldogs.
Jacobson slow to get up, but that's because he had about 8 of the 11 Pioneers on top of him by the time they took him down. Jacobson will come out of the lineup here for Cashmere, and checking in is Logan Collins.
Well, this has been, I think Omak's just on their heels a little bit here. We're not sure, who's getting the ball. We mixed it up with our tailbacks. We're not sure if we're going inside or out.
Collins is about 6 yards deep as the tailback here. Reyna in motion. They're going to pitch it back to Collins. He's got the corner, and he's going to be close to the first down before he's spilled down into the Cashmere bench on the near sideline. Let's see where they mark it. They will put it at the 40-yard line, so that should be a first down for Cashmere. And they're going to measure. I don't think they need to measure. It looks to me like it's a first down. Kirk Lyons is the line judge here on the near side. They're eyeballing across the way, and yeah, they're going to say a first down. I'm not sure what the discussion was there.
This series has been quite a trifecta. The 3 running backs, each getting the ball, and great job mixing it up.
As we're eating up the clock right now, under 2 minutes to go. I think both teams still have all 3 of their timeouts. And they don't list it on the scoreboard here in Cashmere. So first down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Left hash mark and motion man and turn, fake the handoff. Mason has pressure. Is he going to get away? No, he's going to get hit hard. Ouch, that hurt. As the man coming up with a clothesline was Brian Juarez-Lopez. And a loss all the way back to the 46-yard line. So that goes down as a sack on Trenton Mason. And now we're going to get a timeout taken by Cashmere. We'll keep it right here during the timeout. Well, tough for the quarterback to try to unload that football. Right-handed quarterback, and his right side is towards the line of scrimmage where all the pressure's coming from.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You've got a quarterback rolling left, right-handed quarterback rolling left. He's got to plant his feet, switch his shoulders around 180 degrees, and deliver the ball.
And trying to do that while you got a man holding on to one of your feet.
Yeah, you got somebody that weighs twice as much as you holding on to a foot, and another guy coming to lay the hit on.
That recipe for, well, and luckily they didn't turn the ball over there. I mean, that's an easy play. You could see a fumble or him trying to chuck it forward or something like that.
Yeah, you really want to just cut your losses at that point,
yeah,
and live to play another down there.
Definitely so. So it's been a wild first half here in this one. As we have, let's see, let me do my Cedar Woolley math for you real quick. 62 points scored between the two teams in this first half. I don't think, I didn't predict that coming here tonight, Pete, that we'd have this kind of a first half of play.
I would have never, ever guessed that this is the game
well,
we
would have had. Well, they knew we were
tonight.
bringing the cameras. So, you know, they wanted to put on a good show for the folks at home watching us on the NCWLIFE Channel. So here we go. Second down and long. Call it 17 for Cashmere. They're going to pitch it back. And this is Collins, and he slipped as he tried to make his cut, and that allows the defense to come up and swallow him up right there.
Hand off to Collins.
As it looked like the man making the stop was Derek Anderson at 6 foot and 220, and a timeout going to be taken by the Pioneers. Is probably a good idea on the timeout, as we haven't seen too many slips on the surface as far. We've seen mishandle of the football, Pete, but we haven't seen a lot of that slipping, but Collins definitely slipped on that cut.
Yeah, I think that clock management's coming in here. We got to start thinking about how to get there. We're way outside of field goal range, and minute 30 left. Omak's thinking they're going to get the ball back.
Absolutely,
they're calling the timeout.
Absolutely. Each team has used a timeout on this possession, still with both having 2 left. I think we may be adjusting the clock here. The official came over to the near sideline, talked to one of the Cashmere coaches, and now they're talking up to the booth. So I think we may add some time on the game clock here. Let's see about that. It says 1:21 right now. I tell you, I'm going to put my coat on here during the halftime intermission. Air is definitely cooling down a lot here in Cashmere on this wet night. So let's see what the Bulldogs have in mind on a third down, and the scoreboard says 18 yards to go here for Trent Mason. He's got a running back behind him. They fake the handoff to him, rolling to his left again. Now throwing out the flat. The ball is, oh my, what a stick for Omak by Bo Sackman. How did Verrilman hang on to that football? He does at the 41. Going to be well short of the line to gain. And a gain of about 6 yards on that pass play, but my goodness, what a stick by Bo Sackman.
Yeah, that's a safety's dream right there. You're coming up on a receiver who's got his eyes turned to the back, and you're right. What a catch. Way to hang on to that ball, but he took a lick on that one.
So fourth down for the Bulldogs coming up. They're going to put the ball at the 41-yard line. So about 4th and 11 for Cashmere coming up. Well, decision time. Omak, of course, using a timeout, trying to preserve some time left on the clock to try to do something with the football before half here. Last time you dropped back to punt, your punter dropped the football. Now Olguin is out there again. And Olguin does have gloves on. I know the officials try to do their best to keep the balls dry. They keep the ball boys on the sideline, try to keep them dry as well. So Cashmere lining up like they're going to punt the football away. Fjellman back to return. Low snap. Olguin got it. This time punts it short. Will take a Cashmere bounce at about the 25 and then die down at around the 20-yard line. Well, they got the ball away that time. That's key to that.
Well, yeah. With a minute 3 left, that's they need all the field they can take here.
Well, we've seen some long strikes on pass plays from Omak here so far tonight, as the Pioneers will get it. And where did they put the ball down? Inside the 20. Yeah, it looks like it's about the 18-yard line, so that's where Omak will have it. I don't know, with this little time and only one timeout.
Well, yeah, you know they got to get it in a couple chunks here. They don't need to get the whole thing.
They're hoping somebody falls down. Shotgun formation here for Sackman where he usually is. Gets a snap, looking downfield, and then throwing up the far sideline. Receiver coming open, almost intercepted back there. Or did he catch it? Holy cow, he caught it. How in the world did he come up with that football? My, oh my, Jovan Mercado comes up with the ball at the Cashmere 45-yard line.
Well, Jack Croce playing safety. We got down and distance, so he's playing back. Receiver gets behind the corner, but Jack's got a perfect line on the ball. Just couldn't come up with it.
37 yards on the pass play to the 45 of Cashmere. Sackman, kind of a bad snap. Now he slips and falls down. Holy cow. So now a timeout probably going to be taken by the Pioneers here. He was tripped up by the 45-yard line. That was all that was back there. And he just simply fell down. Of course, in Cashmere, in high school football as well as the college ranks, you go down, you put a knee down, you're down. That's it. So a loss on the play all the way back to the Omak 46-yard line. So a loss of 9 yards on that play there. Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by One Way Construction. Your project, your way. Find them online at onewayconstructionnw.com. Also by Rivercom 911. Rivercom 911 is hiring today. See what a career as a telecommunicator can do for you and what you can do for your community. Go to rivercom911.org and apply today. Along with Pete Phillips, I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE Channel. Entertaining to say the least here in this first half. We've had a little bit of everything here in this first half of play.
So we talk down and distance all the time. We got second down and 20. Second down and 19 here. Cashmere's playing prevent, right? They're going to be back. Omak's open.
Nobody gets past you.
Nobody gets behind you.
Sackman will send a man in motion. They'll fake the handoff to Fjellman. He's got pressure from Scott. Throw downfield. The ball is hit. The receiver hit just as the ball came up. And good sportsmanship there. Croce lays the lick on the intended receiver. Boy, that was a dangerous play as Jonathan Stenberg got just absolutely waylaid as the ball came out. No flag. Clean play. Incomplete.
Well, I'll tell you, as a receiver, you're going to go back and have a little conversation with your quarterback after laying one out over the top with a free safety up there. And Jack, again, we talked about this with Omak and their safety. That's a safety's dream coming up on a receiver that's looking the other way.
Stenberg might have some alligator arms after a play like that. So third down coming up from the 46 of Omak after the incomplete pass. Sackman gets a snap, looking downfield, throwing up the far sideline, and again, there's Croce. He's got the interception at the 25 of Cashmere. Well, he tried it twice to get one. He'll get the pick, and that is very helpful for Cashmere's cause with 30 seconds left in the half. Well, he plays center field back there. Croce plays baseball. I mean, that's kind of right up his alley, right?
It is, and it's a tough throw, this situation with that distance and where Omak's got to go. So, yeah, Sackman throws the ball as far as he can, and you just can't get it over the top when a safety's playing that deep.
First down from the 25. Looks like Cashmere's just going to kneel down since Omak's used all of its timeouts, and everybody's going to make the long journey across the way to the locker room here at Cashmere High School, where the Bulldogs have the lead here at halftime by a score of 34-28. That is right, 34-28, our score at half. We will take a 2-minute break and come back. You're watching Caribou Trail League Football on the NCWLIFE Channel. As Cashmere goes into the locker room up, we're going to have a whale of a second half. Don't you leave us. We're coming back here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Yes, it's me. It's my husband. I think there's something the matter with him.
It was a feeling that I'll never forget, like being able to meet them and know that he survived. Okay, tell me what's happening. Is he conscious?
No, he's not.
Okay, take a deep breath for me. I'm getting you help.
Rivercom means to me that I still have my husband here with me. They're the ones that guided me through saving his life.
Direct from Las Vegas, Holiday Dreams, a spectacular holiday cirque. Experience holograms, interactive lasers, projection mapping, and a cast of international cirque performers on one stage. Experience the futuristic holiday show everyone's talking about. Make new memories with your family this holiday season and experience Holiday Dreams, a spectacular holiday show. Live in concert.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quatrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Welcome back once again here to Cashmere High School, where the Bulldogs lead the Omak Pioneers at halftime by a score of 34-28. And boy, do we have a lot of activity in that first half of play. Omak took the opening kickoff after Cashmere won the toss, elected to defer to the second half. So Cashmere will have the ball first to start our second half of play. Cashmere tried an onside kick to start the game, and that gave Omak great field position at their own 48-yard line. It would only take 4 plays and a minute 50 off the clock to find Fjellman in the end zone on a 1-yard touchdown run. The extra point with 10:10 to go in the first quarter made it 7-0, Omak on top. Cashmere would quickly counter as they get the ball back on their own 32-yard line. One play, as a matter of fact, as Verrilman would take it 68 yards for the touchdown around the right side. The 2-point conversion good by Croce made it a 8-7 ball game. Just 12 seconds, by the way, it took for Cashmere to go that 68 yards. And with 8:54 to go in the first quarter, Cashmere was up by a score of 8-7. Omak's next possession, on the first play of their next possession, the quarterback, Bo Sackman, went back for the pass and just dropped the ball on the turf here. And that was going to be kind of a theme of a slick ball here on a wet surface at Cashmere tonight. So the Bulldogs would recover. Dallin Smart recover the football. Cashmere had great field position at Omak's 28-yard line, but couldn't do anything with it. Actually, no, they were able to do something with it. Sorry about that. They were able to capitalize and take it in for a touchdown on a run from 5 yards out by Jacobson. Extra point was no good on a bad snap. They didn't even get the kick away, and it was a 14-7 ball game right there with 2:45 to go, or excuse me, 6:08 to go in that first quarter play. So, yeah, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Then we had a couple of punts per possession. Cashmere 3 and out, Omak 3 and out. Just a 12-yard punt by Omak on that possession, though, and it gave Cashmere great field position at the Omak 32-yard line. And, again, they would take advantage of the field position on a 6-play, 22-yard drive, 4 minutes and 8 seconds off the clock. They go with the heavy formation, and it was Cole Scott taking it in from a yard out for the touchdown on a 3rd and goal from the 1. The extra point was, no good. And it made it 20-14 at that point as the extra point went underneath the crossbar. So it's been kind of an interesting go for Cashmere on the PATs, at least trying to kick them here so far tonight. The ensuing kickoff was fumbled away as the ball clanged off of a face mask of a Pioneer. Cashmere got it back, goal in position, but their first play from scrimmage was a pass down the right side, and it was intercepted by Omak near the goal line, so the Pioneers get the ball back at their own 10-yard line. They would turn it over on downs. Cashmere would take advantage of great field position as Omak went for it, strangely, on their own 19-yard line. That's confidence in your offense. on a 4th and 1 from the 19. They didn't get it. Cashmere stuffed them on the play, and 3 plays later, Jacobson got his second touchdown run of the night. The 2-point conversion was no good on a pass play. That made it 26-14 Cashmere on top. As we are still, we finally got into the second quarter at that point of the ball game. Omak looked like they were kind of skating on their heels, but no, the Pioneers would come right back on a 2-play drive, 66-yard pass play from Sackman to Fjellman. Extra point made it a 26-21 ball game. And just like that, Omak was right back in it. The Bulldogs then would fumble the ball away on a punt on a 4th down as the snap came right back to their punter for the Bulldogs, but Oldwin was not able to field it, and instead it would be one of the Pioneers who would just pick up the ball and then rumble for 22 yards on the fumble recovery and touchdown. Hurlbert took it into the end zone, and suddenly Omak was on top on the scoreboard, 28-26 after the extra point was up and good with 5:72, or make that 5:34 to go in the first half of play. Cashmere would get the ball back again, so then it seemed like, maybe momentum had changed again, but then the Bulldogs wrestled it right back on 2 plays later on a 74-yard pass play from Mason to Kelly. The extra point by Scott on a 2-point run made it Cashmere on top 34-28. And that's where we are here at halftime as Cashmere's defense would rally again on what looked like a golden opportunity for Omak before the half, but they turned it over on downs. Another punt for Cashmere and an interception by Croce towards the end of the half. A lot of turnovers, a lot of activity, and boy, what a fine first half of football as Cashmere leads it 34-28 here at the halftime. We'll come back and check in with Pete, and I know he's had his abacus out trying to figure out some of the stats in that first half. We're not going to hold him to these numbers, but we'll talk to Pete about those numbers coming up as we're at halftime. We'll take a 2-minute break and come back. You're watching Caribou Trail League Football, where Cashmere leads Omak at half 34-28 on the NCWLIFE Channel.
For all the latest news in North Central Washington, go to NCWLife.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@NCWLife.com or call 888-2020.
Hi, folks. Welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chair on the other side. You can lift this up.
Great. I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Hi, everybody. In North Central Washington, I'm Dan Kuntz, and I do the honors each and every weekday morning at 7 a.m. to bring you live local news, local weather, local sports. It's called Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's a fun show. I enjoy doing it. I invite you to watch it. It's Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. live right here on the NCWLIFE Channel. I interview movers and shakers. We have a good time. Start your day live and local. Wake Up Wenatchee Valley right here with yours truly on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Think premium can't be capable? Think again. Introducing the first ever AT4 lineup. Premium and capable. That's professional grade from GMC.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
Halftime here at Cashmere, where the Bulldogs lead the Omak Pioneers by a score of 34-28 at halftime, as Cashmere outscored Omak 20-14 in the first quarter, and both teams scored 14 points in the second quarter, and that's our difference here at halftime. By the way, speaking of scores, let's pass along a couple of other scores happening tonight. It is Game 6 of the American League Championship Series, middle to 7th. Astros leading the Boston Red Sox 2-0. Houston trying to advance with a win tonight to the World Series. And the Washington Huskies playing tonight on the road in Arizona. And at the first quarter, it is Arizona leading the Huskies by a score of 3-0. Pete Phillips joining us here on the broadcast tonight. I know you had a chance to, I don't know how you kept track of anything in that first half with the track meet we had going on. What did we get for numbers that you were able to follow?
You're right. I'm going to need another piece of paper and a new pencil here to do the second half. We have stats here that are like typical end-of-game stats here. And we're only at halftime here, right? So just a few stats here for the Omak Pioneers. Leading for them, rushing, Sackman, leading rusher with 70 yards. Passing, also, Sackman with 146 yards, 8 for 146 yards. And receiving, Feldman, 148 of those yards, or 146 of those yards are all his also. For the Bulldogs, Jacobson got 53 yards on 10 carries. And passing, Trenton is 8 for 104 yards. And the leading receiver, Matt Kelly, on that big 74-yard bomb and run that we saw.
Well, that's pretty good numbers here if you're Cashmere. And we were just talking off the air a little bit. You know, the way the season has been, and you know, Brian Bremer talked to me this week before the game. He was making all the excuses in the world. Hey, we're young. We're starting a bunch of sophomores. We got a couple of freshmen out there. You know, I don't know, Mac's a really good football team, and boy, they got some talented guys. They got a lot of upperclassmen and things like that. But, I mean, if you're Cashmere, you got to love how this game has gone so far.
Well, yeah, isn't that typical Bremer, though, coming in all humble and talking up the other team, but which makes him a great coach, and he no doubt has his team prepared. There's a lot on the line. We talked about senior night tonight, all the distractions that are happening, and last home game, that type of thing, and you wonder how these kids are going to come out, and they're ready. Both teams were ready to play, and they've showed it.
Well, I talked to a longtime football coach here years ago about a semifinal loss in the state playoffs, and it was Cashmere, by the way, and it was Phil Zakowski, and I said, how do you handle this as a coach? He says, I decided a long time ago to put my future in the hands of 16 and 17-year-old kids. So you got to learn to live with what they give you at times. Sometimes it's spectacular. Sometimes it's frustrating, but it's always an adventure. And by the way, Phil Zakowski came down to say hi before the ball game, got a chance to visit with Phil, and he's looking great and is sending out his best to everybody, and is certainly happy to support Cashmere still. Lives just half a block away from the football field here tonight, and he's watching, as a matter of fact. So hello, Phil and Donna, and love the Zakowskis. We're going to take another break, get you ready for the second half, and I'm trying to peer across the parking lot. It's a long walk for the teams to come back over from the high school to here, and I know they get a 3-minute warm-up clock as well once they come back. So we'll take a couple-minute break and come back and get you ready for the second half as Cashmere will have the ball first, and they lead Omak here at halftime. 34-28 our score. We'll come back with more after this 2-minute timeout on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Direct from Las Vegas, Holiday Dreams, a spectacular holiday cirque. Experience holograms, interactive lasers, projection mapping, and a cast of international cirque performers on one stage. Experience the futuristic holiday show everyone's talking about. Make new memories with your family this holiday season and experience Holiday Dreams, a spectacular holiday show. Live in concert.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quad-Track tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Hello, my name is Brian Brett, the Fire Chief for Chelan County Fire District 1. And I just wanted to talk about how amazing our Rivercom team is. They are intentional, purposeful, and skillful in everything they do. And they are the best at what they do. How they prepare, how they handle the caller, how they coordinate the emergency services, and how they push themselves to be the best. This is the kind of spirit that our Rivercom telecommunicators have. Our community needs you, we need you, we admire you, you're our lifeline.
Well, the Cashmere Bulldogs are back, and Omak just coming across the way and getting ready to warm up here for our second half of play at Cashmere High School tonight, where the Bulldogs lead the Pioneers 34-28 with Pete Phillips. I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE Channel. Well, Pete, I'll ask you to put your coaching hat on now and talk about it from both perspectives about what the coaches may have said at halftime in the locker room and what they want to try to achieve here in the second half. First of all, take the visitor's perspective if you're the Omak Pioneers.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm thinking it's going to be the same in both locker rooms. They talked about keeping the intensity up. They talked about finishing this game strong. They're both in a great position to win this game, but I guarantee you the number one thing they talked about in the Omak locker room was taking care of the football and not turning it over. And I think that's true on the Cashmere side too. I think Brem was in there pumping these guys up. I think they're outsized for sure across the line, and so that was something that I think probably surprised all of them. But you know, I'm sure he says we got our foot, you know, ready to put the pedal down, and let's keep that going. But we have to take care of the football. And I think the team with the fewest turnovers in this second half is going to come out on top.
Yeah, absolutely. And talking about Brian Bremer, this is his fourth year as head coach at Cashmere. And if they're able to hold on for the victory, this will be his first victory against Omak. And, you know, you look at that rivalry between these two schools going back forever. And, you know, sometimes, you know, down the road, the Wenatchee Panther volleyball team, for an example, here's a team that, you know, in the Big Nine, West Valley is the team. They don't lose. They never lose. They're state champions and all that. And Wenatchee has a bunch of freshmen playing this year, and they beat them twice. And for West Valley, that's unheard of. But you don't know what you don't know. And for Brian Bremer now, for the Cashmere Bulldogs, you know, he's got some youngsters out there playing. He's got some sophomores, got a couple of freshmen, things like that. You don't know what you don't know. I mean, they'd go into the locker room against a very good Pioneer team here tonight. They got the lead.
Yep. I think you're right. And I think that's where they lean on those seniors, just the handful that Cashmere has. So they're going to run that ball on the left side when they do and take advantage of that leadership.
Aiden Tice and Jack Croce will be back to receive the kickoff here from Omak. And, of course, if you're the man up front for Cashmere, got to be ready for some trickeration here for Omak, possibly. The kicker for the Pioneers is their quarterback, kind of all-world everything, Bo Sackman. And we got to delay a game that's called against Omak out of the locker room. Apparently, the officials didn't like the fact that they belabored coming out of the locker room, and so they call a foul against Omak. That's only their second penalty of the game, by the way, for 10 yards. Cashmere 5 penalties for 48 yards in that first half. So, advantage Cashmere, 5 yards anyway. We'll see what Sackman has in mind here on the kickoff. Some good return man for Cashmere, and this one's going the way of Tice. Tice will flip it off to Croce up the far sideline. Got a room over there to the 50, to the 40 of Omak. Still on his feet, got a block. He's going to take it all the way for the touchdown. 75 yards on the kickoff return for Cashmere.
Well, you know, they've been setting that up all night long. Every one of those kickoffs that have been caught and have made it back that far, they run the two guys that cross and fake the reverse. That time they tossed the reverse and caught Omak off guard.
75 yards on the return on that little toss from Tice to Croce. And then you got to give credit, too. That was well blocked on the wall up the far sideline.
Untouched, entire
lane.
Yeah,
incredible blocking. And Cashmere, well, you come out of the locker room, you never know how your team's going to perform. And if you're Brian Brummer, you got to be pretty happy about that. And it looks like Cashmere going to go for 2 rather than the adventure it was in that first half trying to kick the football. And it looks like Cole Scott will be in the heavy formation here at quarterback for Cashmere. Now, he ran it right last time he was in there on a 2-point conversion. Let's see what he does here as they will put a man in motion. That's Croce, and they'll fake the handoff, and Scott will take it right up the gut, and he's over the line and in for the 2-point conversion. And just like that, Cashmere extends their lead to 42-28 over Omak. We're back after this 30-second timeout.
Our experience with NCWLIFE has been amazing.
People think television and they think it's this huge production thing. It's really expensive.
It's crazy how affordable it is. I couldn't believe it.
It's not as expensive as we thought it was going to be.
I would say I was really surprised to see that it was actually comparable to radio ads or print media.
It was really affordable.
Bernardo Arena will tee it up for Cashmere after the Bulldogs scored on the opening kickoff of the second half on a 75-yard touchdown return by Jack Croce. 2-point conversion by Cole Scott, and it's a 42-28 Cashmere lead before we can even get our seat warmed again after the fans went over to the concession stand here at halftime. So Arena going to kick it away, and he's been trying to keep it away from the return man as much as possible to see what he does here. And, yes, it is another off the end of the toe, and it will go out of bounds, and there will be a penalty flag, and it will be great field position for Omak. But I guess considering your alternative, they got dangerous guys back there.
You know, it's been working all night long with these little pooch kicks and the squib kicks and trying the onside, and it's really only burnt them one time. Omak has great field position. See if they can answer.
So the Pioneers will have their first possession of the second half. And they'll put the ball at the 50-yard line. So great field position again off of a kickoff for the third time here in the ball game for Omak. Bo Sackman going to hand it up the middle, and Fjellman got a couple of good yards, but then is stood up and dropped. Tony Olgwin there for Cashmere. Croce coming in to help out from his defensive back position, gain of 4 yards on that play. Ball right in the middle of the hash marks at the 46-yard line as Omak travels from left to right here. The Pioneers with those white uniform tops, the black pants, black helmets. Cashmere with all black and white numbers. Appreciate you joining us here on the NCWLIFE Channel as Jovan Mercado wide to the right, handoff up the middle, and Cashmere's done a pretty good job on these little dive plays, and nothing happening there again as the Bulldogs sniff it out nicely. And again up front, looks like Olgwin was there also for the Bulldogs. It looked like, was it Owen Leader, I think. So a third down coming up as the ball is placed at the 46, so no gain on that play on the handoff to Fjellman. So we'll see what Omak decides to do here. They've kind of been an obvious passing down. So then, again, Bo Sackman has kept it on a couple of keepers in this scenario. So a 3rd down and 7 here for the Pioneers. Low snap. Sackman looks over the middle. The ball incomplete. Again, good job for Cashmere covering on the play. On the pass intended, it was Cade Wilkinson on the coverage. Knocks the ball away. It'll be 4th down, and let's see what Omak tries to do here.
Another great defensive play by Cade. That's second time he's got that slant. He called his number on the slant, and he's got his hands in there. Ball was a little underthrown, a little out in front of him, but
they were looking for Mercado on that crossing pattern. And a nice job by Cade Wilkinson stepping in. I'll see if Omak decides to go for it again. They've gone for it just about every time they've had a 4th down here tonight, and they will again. Apparently. Now, Sackman could do a pooch punt here He'll send Fjellman in motion from right to left. He's looking his way, throws out the flat. The ball is caught out there, and he's got a first down and more before he's tackled down at the 35-yard line. So a big gulp of yardage there as they'll take it all the way to the Cashmere 35 and a first down on the 11-yard pass play. Now they'll actually put it at the 36, so 10 yards on that play when they needed 7 on fourth down. So Omak's gamble pays off, at least for now. First down from the Cashmere 46-yard line. Empty backfield here for Sackman. He'll send Fjellman in motion. Low snap. Sackman looking downfield, throwing. The ball is incomplete. Underthrown, looking for Mercado again. Pretty decent coverage downfield for Cashmere that time, as the Bulldogs were in good position, and ball thrown a little bit errantly. By the way, coverage again by Wilkinson here for Cashmere. Going to bring up second down and 10.
Yeah, I think the key to that was the pressure the Cashmere defense put on Sackman. He had to hurry and throw that ball a little bit sooner than he wanted to.
We have the official timeout here. I'm not sure what the discussion is. Problem with the chain apparently across the way. Maybe the chain even broke. We've seen that before. I'm not sure what's happening with the grandstands here, but they're moving. And I don't think they're supposed to move quite that way.
Not when we're on the very top row.
Yeah, just with a shift here. And I don't see anybody moving. So is it just the gang that's down in front of us on the front here?
I think the cheerleaders are causing a rumble down there.
Okay. So the officials' timeout on the far side here to deal with the chain of the chain gang. By the way, our broadcast brought to you by Sangster Motors. The American Challenge is on at Sangster Motors, home of the all-new Yukon SUV. Also by Save Mart. Shop smart, shop local, providing outstanding value and service since 1962. Back to Pasco. Sackman got pressure, throwing downfield. The ball is simultaneously possessed. And if it's possessed by both, it will. Oh, no, they're going to say an interception. Boy, if both the receiver and defender come down with a ball, it is ruled to be the offensive possession. But the official back there is saying that the defender came down with a football, so it's an interception and Cashmere football.
Well, there was no indecision on the referee, so he must have seen the whole thing. And guess who was playing D on that?
Was it Wilkinson again?
Wilkinson again, playing tough D, this time getting both hands on that ball.
How about that? So apparently, according to the official back there, he had more possession than the offensive man. So an interception will give Cashmere the ball at their own 10-yard line. First down and 10 with 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. So Cashmere's first official possession offensively here in the second half. They'll turn, hand it. Around the end goes Verrilman across the 10, 15. Now we got a flag down behind the play, so this is going to come back, you would think, in the world of holding. That's about where it is. And meanwhile, Cole Scott, again, now going to get a flag, I think, downfield on an extracurricular block after the fact. And the whole world crumbling against Cashmere on the penalty flags here. Now, they could call that one a dead ball foul, which would be in excess of the holding back at the line of scrimmage. So they could go half the distance, then half the distance again, possibly here. Well, Cole told me yesterday that he was really kind of, and he, I don't know, you might know him a little better than I do, obviously. I just met him yesterday. But he seemed pretty keyed up about this game tonight. And he seems to be kind of a low-key kind of kid.
Cool. Cole's a pretty mellow guy until he steps across the line on that field. As
I have a
you've
feeling
seen
you
all
put
year.
that helmet on him, and he's a different fella.
And he's fired up. I think he's fired up 24/7, but he mostly keeps it under wraps for a while until he gets on the field. But yeah, this is a big game, like we talked about. There's a lot on the line here. A win tonight for the Bulldogs puts them in a great spot to win the CTL this year.
So the officials are still talking it over. We don't have the official designation for Rich Halterman. Here we go. We got a hold against the offense. And they'll mark that off first. Yeah, so I think they're going to get double fouls here against the offense. So they'll go half the distance from the hold spot, which is at the 11. So that, according to me, would be at the 5.5-yard line. And then let's see if he gives us another signal. So do we get a dead ball call here? Yep, personal foul. Here we go. Yep, so dead ball. And they'll mark it back half the distance again to the 2.5-yard line. Well, the only good news here, Pete, is you get first down over again. But you're way backed up, so you cannot drop the rock at this point.
Well, yeah, we got a full set of downs. We're backed up. We're gonna be standing in the end zone when we get the ball here. That's a tough call. Those guys are fighting to the whistle. Play on the sideline.
Yeah, that was right in front of the official on the near side, though. So a little extra after the fact. So the referee, Rich Halterman, is talking to Nick Sackman, the head coach for Omak across the way, about the penalties here. It's interesting that Sackman would want a conversation with our head referee, Rich Halterman. Brian Bremer, meanwhile, standing out on the field on his 30-yard line, wondering about the play exactly as well. So the first penalty was 5 yards. So this goes down as 2 penalties against Cashmere. So now Cashmere penalized 7 times for 55 yards here in the ballgame. So there's definitely a negative that Cashmere will certainly lament about if things don't end up on the scoreboard the way they want it to be here in this evening's contest. So it'll be first down from their own 2-yard line. Verrilman in motion. They're going to hand it to him on a counter play again. He tried to spin off of a man at the 5 and then just stood up there. He'll get to the 6, and that's about it. So second down after a gain of 4 yards for Verrilman after his first down carry of about 10 yards was wiped out by the penalties.
A little bit of breathing room for second down.
A little more. You got to figure your play calling is going to be a little more conservative with your hind end near your own goal line.
Yeah, you also got to wonder if Bremer's thinking, let's just control this for a couple plays here and get rid of it.
Mason under center will send a man in motion. They're going to turn and hand it to Jacobson, and his dive play doesn't go for much over the left side. Again, Omak stiffens up front. They're going to give him out to the 8-yard line, so a gain of 2 for Jacobson on that carry. And so they're not back to the original line of scrimmage yet. That would be the 10, just beyond the 10. So they've got a third down, about 12 yards to go here for Cashmere. Jacobson comes out of the lineup. See if they go with an empty backfield here for Trenton Mason. Again, Trenton, a junior, 5'10", 155 pounds, doing a good job at leading the Bulldogs here offensively. As he'll send 2 receivers wide to the left. Collins will line up as the tailback this time on a third down play. Verrilman goes in motion. They'll pitch it to Collins. Boy, pitch in the backfield. He got it cleanly, but he is able to get maybe the 10-yard line, and that's about it before the Pioneers come up. Jacob Hurlbert, he's had a big night tonight. The 6', 260-pound senior right there stiffens the defense. Gain of a couple of yards. It'll be fourth down for Cashmere from their own 10-yard line, and Olguin back to receive the pass from center. All about handling the football right now if you're Cashmere.
Well, I can tell you Cashmere's got to be a little more than nervous right now, considering the punts that
We've got a punt, fumble, return touchdown tonight for Omak already. Good job by Olguin, and a fair catch called for out at the 38-yard line. So a 28-yard punt, no return. And that is where Omak will have it on the Cashmere side of the 50-yard line in plus territory. And with 7:34 to go here in the third quarter, Cashmere still on top by a score of 42-28. Well, they ate some clock. They didn't turn it over. They give it up on a punt, and Omak with the football back. But I'll tell you, the Cashmere Bulldogs, they've given up some big plays here tonight, but when it's come to just line of scrimmage stuff, they've done really well. So first down here, ball, they're going to put it at the 39 of Cashmere. Back to pass is Sackman, and his throw incomplete. Again, they're looking for his favorite target tonight, Mercado, but pretty good coverage for Cashmere back there defensively by Aiden Tice. Brings up 2nd down and 10. Chilly night here in Cashmere. Rain all night last night. Rain for most of the day, off and on here today. So the track has been wet here, but we'll see how that plays out here as we get towards the latter part of this ball game. 2nd down and 10 for Omak. Turn, fake the handoff, rolling to his right is Sackman, and he'll throw downfield. The ball is incomplete again. This time he was looking for out of the backfield Stenberg. And Stenberg, again, I mentioned he had 21 catches coming into this ball game. He was his number 1 target out of the backfield, but he's only been targeted a couple of times, at this time incomplete, and not a lot of room on that near sideline, Pete.
Yeah, that was a great play. Play action, rolling Sackman out to his right. Definitely a catchable ball for a first down.
I wonder if he had the run-pass option there, but Cashmere kind of strung him out well along the line of scrimmage. And now we got movement by Omak, and that's going to draw a 10-yard penalty. As trying to get a little bit of a head start was the man in the slot position here on the near side, Trey Rose, and that'll back him up 5.
Well, down in distance again for Omak. They got to get a first. They got to get up there, so they're gonna look to go over the top. I think we're gonna see Cashmere's defense backing out, keep them in front, right? Nothing behind.
Mercado, who's been the favorite target, is wide to the far side of the field to the left. 3rd down and 15. Handoff up the middle. Bouncing, looking, Fjellman got some room, cuts it back. Look out, he's got the first down and more. Misses another man at the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and into the end zone. How about that? 44-yard touchdown gallop by Fjellman. Well, great play call if you're Omak, because, as you mentioned, Cashmere, they're thinking they got to throw it.
Yep.
On a 3rd and 15, they run it.
Yep, that was a great run. Got a couple blocks early, and once Fjellman's in the open, he's tough to tackle.
Absolutely. He's got the speed, that's for sure. Low snap on the extra point, the kick away, and it's good. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. 7:10 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 42-35 is our score. Cashmere on top. We're back after this.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35-plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted or icky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
Well, the drive for Omak, again, I feel like I'm putting air quotes around all of these drives here. It was 3 plays, 44 yards. They run by Fjellman. The extra point makes it a 42-35 contest with 7:10 to go here in the 3rd quarter. By the way, we've got some more scores to pass along. Union and Wenatchee. How about this one? 2nd quarter score, Wenatchee 20, Union 20. How about the Panthers at home here tonight? Here's an onside kick, and it is loose. It looks like Cashmere is able to cover it, however. And I'll tell you, Pete, we've had a little of everything here in this ball game tonight.
Well, that's been working for the Dogs, so the Pioneers thought they'd give it a shot, but I don't even know if that ball went 10 yards.
I don't think it did before it was touched. But Cashmere comes up with the ball on their side of the midfield stripe with 7:09 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Another score to pass along to you. Houston will head to the World Series. They take care of the Boston Red Sox in Game 6 tonight, 5-0, the final in Houston. So the Astros back in the World Series. First down for Cashmere from their own 49-yard line. Turn, fake the handoff, pressure, throwing downfield. The ball is incomplete because being dumped on his can was Trenton Mason, and getting pressure in there for the Omak Pioneers. Derek Anderson laying the big lick, 2nd down and 10.
Well, again, rolling to his left, trying to throw to the right. Takes a little bit more time, and that's one that Trenton probably wishes he might have just tucked away with big number 71 in his face there.
2nd down and 10. Ball falls incomplete, and really nobody around it. So I guess no harm, no foul there. And let's see if they go to Jacobson. They fake the handoff to Jacobson on a pitch. And getting away from one man, dancing around to the backfield was Dallin Smart on a rare carry for Smart. Got it back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it on what could have been a loss on the play. 3rd down and 10 quickly for Cashmere. Bulldogs, you'd love to see a little more positive play on 1st and 2nd down so they're not facing 3rd and long situations like this. Here they are again. Mason in the shotgun. Right behind him is Jacobson. He'll get the snap. Back to pass. Rolling to his left. Looking. Now is scrambling, and he's got bodies around him, and he gets sandwiched for a loss on the play of 1 yard as Hurlburt is there, and Jensen is there, and 4th down for Cashmere.
Well, like you said, Eric, you don't want to get behind the chains. You want to keep the ball moving forward. You want to keep the clock running, especially in this type of game. I guess there's a couple ways to look at it. The other way is just we got to keep scoring. But
4th down for Cashmere from their own 48-yard line after a loss of a yard on that play on Mason. And now Olguin will be in to punt the ball away again here for Cashmere. Snap is high. Olguin got it down. He got the punt away. And it will take a Cashmere bounce. And look at that trickle all the way to inside the 15 and going to be down at about the 10-yard line. And, boy, that worked out well for Cashmere. 38 yards, as it turns out to be, on the punt for Cashmere. So Omak will have it at about their own 10-yard line. Let's see where they put it. It'll be the 11. So Omak football. And if you're Cashmere, you just got to figure out how to limit those big plays by the Pioneers. They've had several of those here tonight, the last of which a 44-yard touchdown run. Omak down on the scoreboard by 7, 42-35 with 5:33 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Bo Sackman. It's been an interesting game all the way around tonight. Sackman having to retell the line or the snap to Jacob Hurlburt. And they're going to turn and hand it off, and nothing happening there as Cashmere's all over it. Loss on the play as the Bulldogs come through with a big stop. Again, Brody Larson, one of the first Bulldogs to get there on a handoff to Fjellman. They're going to put him down at the 9-yard line, so a loss of 2 yards on the play for Fjellman.
Larson and Narrows.
Well, for that, Pete, for those inside handoffs like that, Cashmere's done a really good job on stuffing those up the middle.
Well, they are. They're filling those holes, and they've got multiple guys flying to the ball.
So Sackman empties the backfield. Now he'll bring Fjellman back again behind him, as well as his other running back, and he'll hand it to him. He squirted away from one man, but can't get away from the second as Cashmere again does a great job defensively. This time finishing it off, the play was Trey Smith on the handoff, and I believe this was Arroyo on the handoff this time. He got maybe a yard back to the 10, and that's it. 3rd down coming up. So number 11, C.J. Arroyo on the carry there for the Pioneers. 3rd down and long, although 3rd and long really hasn't meant much for the Pioneers tonight. They've converted quite a few of these 3rd and long situations. So Sackman will empty the backfield here. He's got 5 receivers in the formation, looking right. Now wants to run right. He gets away from one man and then is going to go out of bounds on the near sideline. Let's see if he got enough for the 1st down. It's going to be really close.
Sackman with the keeper.
They're going to say he's just a little bit short of the line to gain. They're going to put him out at the 20-yard line. So 4th and very short here coming up after the gain of 10.
It'll be 4th down for the Pioneers.
Well, the Pioneers, they're going to go for it here. Man, oh man. That's gutsy. I mean, you got a lot of game here, and you're only down by a touchdown.
They've only punted once, right?
Yeah. And now we're going to get a timeout taken by Nick Sackman and the Pioneers. We'll take a quick 30-second break and come back. Decision time, 4:03 to go here in the third, 42-35. Cashmere by 7. We're back after this.
We have some upcoming games. Saturday.
Fourth down and inches here for Omak. In their own end, the ball at their own 20-yard line. They're going to go for it here after the timeout. Turn, and they're going to fake the handoff, and it's going to be the quarterback. Sackman is going to keep it. He's got the first down and more up the Cashmere sideline. Finally, he's tackled out of bounds at the Cashmere 45-yard line, or inside the 45, and a huge play on a simple read by Sackman. He found the hole and went from there.
Well, Cashmere's been in that hole all night long, and that was a great read by Sackman to bounce it out.
They gained 27 yards for Sackman to the Cashmere 43-yard line. Fourth and inches, and he gets 27. That's confidence if you're Nick Sackman, the head coach for the Pioneers, in your offense, and your son at quarterback. He's there right now. He's got Fjellman behind him. He fakes the handoff to him, running left. Has pressure. The ball knocked in the air and then knocked to the ground. Good job by Cashmere's Cade Wilkinson. He's had a game here tonight.
Pass swatted down by Wilkinson.
Wilkinson and Cole Scott were giving chase to Sackman over on the far side over there.
Well, and he had a guy too. That was a great, about a 12-yard out, and he broke open, and so.
Yeah, Mercado was down there on the chance to receive that intended pass, but Wilkinson stepped up, knocked it down, so brings up second down at 10 from the Cashmere 43-yard line. Clock stops on the incomplete with 3:49 to go here in the third quarter. Mercado splits out wide to the left. Wide right goes Stenberg, and now he puts Fjellman in motion. Watch for him out of the backfield. It looked like Fjellman went towards the line of scrimmage a little early. No flag comes out. He gets his ball over there, and a great job by Croce converging, and they keep him to a short gain on the play. Maybe a yard is all they got. Good job by Wilkinson over there as well for Cashmere. No, actually it's going to be, no gain on the play. So 3rd and 10 coming up for the Pioneers.
We saw that in the first half where they send that guy in motion. Pioneers would send him across, and we were a step behind, but I think we've talked about it, drew it up on the chalkboard, and now we're with them.
Kind of figured that out a little bit. Mercado again wide left, and Fjellman will go in motion this time to the right. And back to pass goes Sackman, looks left. Now he's going to be caught. Now he's going to be dropped on the play back to the inside the Pioneer territory at the 48-yard line. And a host of Bulldogs there. The first was Josh Murros for Cashmere. Huge sack on the play for the Cashmere defense. 9 yards on the sack, 4th and forever here for Omak, and you can't believe they're going to go for it again, are they?
Well, I'm not sure I'd put anything past Omak
No,
tonight.
they do like they're in, no. They're in the formation. They're going to go for this, unless it's a pooch punt by Sackman. Sackman sends Fjellman in motion. Here they go. They're going for it. And pressure. Sackman rolling out to his right. He's got some room to run it. He's going to pitch it downfield instead. The receiver's open, and the receiver makes the catch at the 7-yard line. Oh, my goodness. How do you let Stenberg get so open like that? He finds him downfield, and it's a first down at the 8-yard line. 50 yards on the pass play to the Cashmere 8-yard line. My, oh, my. Now we're going to get a timeout by the officials. As again, do we have some issues with the chain gang? Not quite sure. Oh, they were making sure that it's a goal-to-go situation, which it is. So a 50-yard pass play to Stenberg, his first catch of the night, I think, and now belted at the line of scrimmage is the ball carrier Sackman. Boy, he was sacked there by Cashmere. I'll be surprised if he gets up. Looks like we may have an injury on the plays. Everybody's standing around looking, and this is not good if you're Cashmere because it's a Bulldog that's on the ground right now. I can't tell who's down there, but
hard to tell. Jack Croce was in on that.
Yeah,
just got up.
Croce helmet came off in the scrum down there. Maybe it's a finger. Yeah, it is a hand or a finger situation for Cashmere's defensive lineman there, who comes off the field. That's Everardo Lopez for Cashmere. So maybe a dislocation or something like that. And sometimes that's where the coach says, hey, what's that over there? And then you pull it, and there it is. So the gain was a yard after all of that by Sackman. Second down coming up and goal from the 7-yard line. There was some hitting. Well, there's been some hitting going on in this game all the way through here tonight. So Jeremiah Miller, who hasn't been in tonight much, is wide to the far side to the left. Sackman wants to keep it himself. Up the middle he goes, and he stood up at the 5-yard line, and that is it. As Cole Scott is there, along with Croce as well. And it'll be 3rd and goal after a 2-yard gain to the 5-yard line. You got to watch for those bounce plays. Fjellman, maybe throw out the flat, something like that here. They got that whole wide side of the field off to the left on a play here on 3rd and goal from the 5. And they've been going for it on 4th down all night long, so I'm sure this is 4-down territory for the Pioneers. Just over a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Fjellman in motion. They want to throw his way. The ball is caught, and he slips down, and Croce's there to cover him. And no gain on the play. It'll be 4th down coming up from the 5-yard line. Good coverage.
Well, great coverage. We saw him in motion again. We're quick to read that, and we're getting up on the line of scrimmage when that ball's even thrown. So great defense by Jack.
Well, we've seen Sackman keep it many times going to his right, and now he's got that whole wide side of the field to his right on a 4th down and goal from the 5-yard line. So we'll see if Sackman goes maybe an RPO right here. He does have Fjellman in the backfield, but we'll see if he sends him in motion. He will to the wide side. And Sackman rolling to his right, throwing to the end zone. The ball is fought for and intercepted in the end zone by Cashmere. The Bulldogs come up with the interception.
Interception Bulldogs. Croce with the interception.
Well, you called it. They rolled him to the right, had all the wide field to do an RPO, and the route was just a little bit different. Feldman's been running an out, a shallow out on that motion. This time he cut it back and went back into the middle of the field, and just tough throw, rolling to your right, throwing back to your left.
Honestly, I'm sorry, folks. I didn't see who got the interception there. I thought it may have been the man who was tying his shoe there for a moment, but I'm not sure about that. So Cashmere will come up with the football after the interception. That is huge, and just 12 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter of play. Long way to go in this one. But Cashmere with a big stop, and they turn the Pioneers back with 12.6 seconds. They have a 1st down and 10 from their own 20. They'll hand it off to Verrilman again, and he'll get maybe a yard as he's chased out of bounds on the near sideline, and we're still going to have time left in the quarter. Now they'll give him 2 yards. Second from the 22-yard line coming up here for Cashmere. There, I think, if you were looking, I saw right at the goal line on that last play by Cashmere defensively, there was a definite hold on a receiver who was sprinting into the end zone, but no flag down. So a pitch here left, Jacobson up the far sideline, and again we're going to get a flag coming down and a hold going to be Cole Scott, meanwhile, taking one of the Pioneers for a ride into the Cashmere bench again. He got a flag for the last time he did that. This time it does not come. Instead, we'll have a hold, and this will bring the ball back. And penalty number 8 here for Cashmere on the night.
That was a great hard run by Luke. Cole was out there blocking out in front, and Luke put a lick on the defender as well. A lot of hard hitting going on tonight.
That, by the way, 8 penalties, 65 yards in the ball game against Cashmere. So they're having to overcome themselves here a little bit on top of the Pioneers tonight. That'll put the ball back on a spot foul inside the 10 to the 12-yard line.
So the other thing is with the lead, fourth quarter, we're heading into the fourth quarter. We should be in the fourth quarter. Cashmere needs to stay in bounds, keep the clock running, as well as get rid of the penalties.
You talked about that in the first half, too, about clock management and a couple of issues there. 1.9 seconds left in the frame, and a turn and a handoff. It's Jacobson up the middle, and not much happening there as he maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. No, he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and long after the change of possessions or change of the ends of the field. We'll take a 60-second break and come back. 42-35, Cashmere on top. We're back after this for the fourth quarter on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Let's face it, selling your good used vehicle can be a hassle, if nothing else. Consign your vehicle here at Global Elite Motors. When you do, you'll get the best possible price because of our proprietary selling system. We offer the ability to finance, add warranties, take trade-ins, and much, much more. Each consignment vehicle we represent is thoroughly inspected and marketed to attract qualified buyers. Let us help sell your quality vehicle. Buying a vehicle? Consigning a vehicle? Stop by Global Elite Motors on Wenatchee Avenue at Global Car Care.
Our experience with NCWLIFE has been amazing.
People think television and they think it's this huge production thing. It's really expensive.
It's crazy how affordable it is. I couldn't believe it.
It's not as expensive as we thought it was going to be.
I would say I was really surprised to see that it was actually comparable to radio ads or print media.
It was really affordable.
Back once again here to Cashmere High School along with Pete Phillips. I'm Eric Granstrom, and boy, we've had an exciting 3 quarters and can't wait to see what's going to happen over this fourth quarter as Cashmere clings to a 42-35 lead, but has 3rd and forever here, 3rd and 21 at their own 10-yard line as they move to the other end of the field. They'll send a man in motion, that's Verrilman, and they're going to go back to pass, throw out the flat, the ball caught out there. Getting away from 1 man, 2 men across the 15 out near the 20-yard line. It's going to be shy of the first down, however, because that was the original line of scrimmage. The pass reception that time for Cashmere by Dallin Smart. And it'll be a 4th down coming up for Cashmere out at the 19-yard line. So a gain of about 7 yards on that pass play. Make it 8 yards as they'll put them at the 20. But a 4th down coming up for Cashmere. Been an interesting endeavor on the punting situation tonight for Cashmere. They have cleaned things up a little bit on the last several punts. Olguin is back standing at his own 5-yard line. Got the pass from center, got pressure, high punt, and a fair catch called for at about the mid-field stripe by Fjellman. But done well by the special teams for Cashmere. 30-yard punt, no return. And Omak will have the ball. Again, good field position at midfield with 11-12 to go here in, I guess I'll say it, regulation. The way this game has been going.
Feels like we've played a game and a half already.
Yeah, no kidding. Long one here tonight. Omak. Let's see what the Pioneers have dialed up here on a 1st down and 10 from midfield. Ball right hash mark for Bo Sackman. Looks left, gets a low snap from center, has some pressure, throws downfield looking for the home run ball. The ball is fumbled around, and let's see. Incomplete. Oh, my. And we got do we have a penalty flag? Uh-oh, we do. Back around where Sackman got rid of the football. Do we have a late hit possibly against Cashmere? The official is saying no, a hold against Omak.
Well, Cashmere brought all the pressure that time.
Boy, they did.
A couple guys blitzing, and great presence for Sackman to stay in there and get the ball that far downfield with.
That's incredible.
That many guys in his face.
Sophomore quarterback with that kind of chutzpah back there. All for naught, as it will be a hold against the offense. That's a spot foul, by the way. And it was about 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage, so they'll mark it all the way back to the 37. So that works out to be a 13-yard penalty against the offense. Omak has certainly had some explosive plays so far tonight in this one. First down over again. They're going to turn and hand it to Fjellman, and he is caught from behind. And guess who? Cole Scott eats him up, gives a fist pump, gets the near sideline exhilarated as well on a loss back inside the 35 at the 34-yard line. Loss of 3 yards on the running play for Fjellman. And Scott is as advertised. I'm impressed with this young man right here.
Well, that he looks unstoppable on that side. He's in the backfield. On offense, he's pushing guys off the field.
Yeah, literally off the field. Yep. So second down from the 34. They need to get to the Cashmere 40 for a first down. So that's 2nd and 26 if you're keeping track at home, by the way. Sackman back. Looking left or looking right, throws right. The ball caught out there. And a good open field tackle for Cashmere by Mac Kelly. Good job by Kelly over there. Short gain on the play out to the 39, so a gain of 5 yards. It could have been a lot more. Pass caught over there by Trey Rose, by the way, number 10 for Omak. Not much happening, but a good job by Cashmere to make an open field tackle. So third down and forever coming up for the Pioneers. Sackman wasn't quite ready for that snap from center. He's going to chuck it downfield, looking for the right sideline, and he throws it out of bounds. He intended for Stenberg downfield, but again, good coverage for Cashmere. Bulldogs on coverage. Matt Kelly again down there for the Cashmere Bulldogs. That'll bring up fourth down. Now the big question, will they punt? Oh my gosh, it looks like they're finally going to punt, Pete.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I know, they've gone for it so many times here tonight, but Bo Sackman is their punter, and he is lined up further back than he normally does in the shotgun. So we think this will be a punt. Now, slow to get off the field is Fjellman, or will he get off the field? Is this a little trick here? Nope, Sackman's going to punt the ball away. Good pooch kick. And Cashmere back to return. Croce at the 30, a little hesitation, and then swallowed up at the 34-yard line as it looked like a tidal wave that came to get him. No, it was Noah Big Boy, 6'1", 255 pounds downfield for the stop. So good job by Cashmere's defense. After the offense had to give the ball away on a punt, Cashmere holds defensively, and the Bulldogs will have the ball back offensively at their own 33-yard line. And now clock management, the key for Cashmere.
Clock management, I think on the Omak side, they're playing a field position game. They're not out of this, right?
No, absolutely
this
not.
Thing is...
Well, the way they can score so quickly,
Yep.
definitely not out of it. So first down for Cashmere from their own 33-yard line, ball right hash mark. As the Bulldogs bring it up, Trenton Mason under center. Turn, fakes the handoff, throws out in the flat. The ball is caught out there, and they had a blocker out, but not much happening. Good job by Omak to smell that one out as they got it to Croce out in the flat. Gain of just a yard on the play.
Yeah, that bubble screen's a bread and butter play for Cashmere. They've run it a ton. They get Cole Scott out there leading the way on the blocking, and a couple other linemen are pulling. And it's gone for some big yards this year, but not that time.
Great job by Jeremiah Miller for Omak. Out there in the flat, kind of broke that thing up, took on the blocker. He got some help from Jacob Hurlbert out there as well. So second down for Cashmere, and taking their own sweet time to get the play call in from their own 34-yard line. Ball left hash mark this time for Trenton Mason. Looks like he's got Jacobson in the backfield. He'll send Croce in motion. Turn, hand it off to Jacobson running right side, and short gain on the play across the 35 out to about the 37-yard line. So a gain of 3 yards. Brings up third down. Third and long coming up for Cashmere. They need to get out to the 40, about the 44 for a first down. So call it 3rd and 7 as they continue to watch that clock work down. 7:50 to go. I don't know. I like, the use of the clock here for Cashmere, but against an explosive team like this, I'd like to get more points on the board if I'm the Bulldogs. Cole Scott will be the quarterback here, running left, and puts a shoulder down and refuses to go down. He finally will go down, but didn't get much. Maybe got the 40-yard line, and that's about it on a third down play. It'll be fourth down coming up from the 40 for Cashmere.
Yeah, you're right. Clock management is something that we're going to coach the rest of this game. However, you don't want to take your foot off the pedal, right?
No, you can't sit on a lead against a team that could score in a moment's notice. They could score on a punt return, which is, will Cashmere punt it here, or are they going to go for it on a fourth down? Holy cow. They're going for it. Wow. Fourth down for the Bulldogs at their own 40-yard line in a 7-point ball game, and they go for it. Verrilman in motion. Or are they just trying to draw the defense off sides? I think that's exactly what they're doing. We're going to get a timeout taken by Cashmere, and that's what Coach Brian Brummer was trying to accomplish there. We'll take a quick 30-second break and come back. Fourth down for the Bulldogs coming up. Cashmere leads 42-35. We're back after this.
Hi, folks. Welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chair on the other side. You can lift this up. Time warranty.
Great. I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Good.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
So here we go, fourth down, and now they bring the punt unit out as Olguin comes off the bench. He will stand inside his own 30 to receive the pass from center. Fjellman back at about his own 30. Low snap, it's between Olguin's legs, and he's going to cover it back at the 18-yard line, and just exactly what you didn't want if you're the Cashmere Bulldogs.
Well, yeah, you can draw up a lot of scenarios, and that's the one you leave off the board. This point in the game. Well, he learned from his last fumble, muffed punt.
He covered it. He covered it rather than trying to pick it up and do something with it. So beautiful field position if you're Omak at the Cashmere 19-yard line with 6:28 to go here in regulation. Sackman wants to run it himself over the right side. Got a block over there and then is spun out of bounds on the far sideline after a gain of about 4 yards. As spinning him out of bounds over there for Cashmere was Luke Jacobson. It's a long way from us. My old eyes will see here. Going to give him a gain down to the 15-yard line, so a gain of 4 yards on the play. Second down coming up. They can get a first down just inside the 10. Stenberg and Mercado will split out wide to the right here for Sackman, who's got Fjellman in the backfield with him, and he's going to run it, and he's going to be stuffed on the play. Oh, my gosh, what a hard hit for Brody Larson. Holy cow, and I don't know if Sackman's going to get up after that one. My goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
That was violent.
From a freshman.
Oh, and Sackman is injured on the play, and he's going to have to come out. And, oh, my gosh. That was absolutely violent on that tackle by Brody Larson. The 6-foot, 240-pound freshman just used a wrestling move on almost a souffle to put him down on the turf here at Cashmere High School. And Omak players on offense all the way around on their sideline, too, on a knee, hoping for the best for their starting quarterback, Bo Sackman. Oh, my gosh. How he even tried to stand up after that, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that was something out of WWF.
Yeah,
I mean,
It was. Oh, my gosh. How he's walking on his own volition off the side of the field right now. I'm not quite sure. But now it means a backup quarterback. And I'm not sure who that will be. Fjellman, maybe? They gave me a two-deep chart, but the two-deep chart did not include a backup quarterback. So it is Fjellman who will be the quarterback here on a third down coming up from the 16-yard line. Fjellman's just going to take the snap, run it right, and he got the first down and spinning his way up the far sideline, finally knocked out of bounds. And a great play by Fjellman to come in after an injury to their quarterback. And he'll have the first down, and they'll put him down at the 5-yard line. So a gain of 11 yards on that running play by Fjellman. Well, we got a final from Wenatchee, where the Panthers at one point in the second quarter were tied up with Union tonight, 20-20, but Union came all the way and beat them 41-20. Here's a Fjellman drive play right side, and he maybe got to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Maybe a yard to gain. And again, Brody Larson right there for the tackle. Second down and goal coming up from the 4-yard line. At the half down in Arizona tonight in Tucson, Wildcats lead the Huskies 13-0, trying to win their first game of the season. Second get down and goal here, and Sackman's back in after an ugly hit. He's going to get he's going to keep it, and guess who's got him again? And now we're going to get a flag down on a face mask that took him to the turf by Dallin Smart. Smart just reaching out and got a handful of face mask, and that's too bad because Larson had him stopped. But the face mask is going to give Omak a new set of downs on the personal foul. Oof.
Personal foul, face mask on the Bulldogs.
Not purposefully, just reaching out, trying to help make a play. And unfortunately ended up with a handful of face masks. So the foul will take it to the 5-yard line. And I think, I'm not sure if the administration of that was right. It should go from the previous spot and half the distance from there. So that was the 4, and it should be down to the 2, I believe, on the administration of this particular foul. I don't think a face mask is a spot foul.
And I think Bremmer's calling for second down.
He's calling for second down over again. But on a personal foul, I think you get a first down, because that would be a 15-yard penalty. So the officials are still talking it over here. No, they are going to say it's second down. Okay. So second down coming up from the 5. So strangely, the penalty is minus 1 yard because they had it at the 4, but they mark it on a spot foul rather than half the distance. I'm kind of curious about that. But there we go. Second down and goal. Handoff. Left side. It's Fjellman, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown. Omak is an extra point away from tying it here in Cashmere tonight.
Handoff to Fjellman. Good for a 5-yard touchdown run. ...42-41, extra points, all important here. Extra point. Sackman in on the hold.
It'll be Blake Sam to kick the extra point. And it's on the way, and it's good. And we are tied with 4:55 to go in regulation. All even at 42. You're watching Cashmere and Omak tonight on the NCWLIFE Channel. We'll be right back.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
So Omak has come back after a low snap on a punt for Cashmere deep in their own end. Pioneers cover it. They take it 5 plays and 19 yards. Now the kickoff following will go back and be caught by the up man at the 35, 40, and out to the 45-yard line. A good job by Verrilman there for Cashmere. And so Cashmere will have it with 4:50 to go, and I mentioned this earlier, in regulation, as we're now tied at 42.
Well, we're in a spot now where last team with the ball is going to
win
this
you
thing.
said it earlier.
Yep.
In the first half. It kind of had that feeling to it.
I'm not sure we've seen a sustained drive by either team yet tonight, though.
No. And if there would be one for Cashmere in their bank, this would be the time to take out a deposit. As back to pass goes Mason, and the ball thrown on the flat but dropped over there by Jacobson. Second down and 10 from the 45-yard line. And it is a brisk night in Cashmere. Your hands chilly. The ball slick. Trying to hang on to it, trying to snap it, trying to catch it. It's been a challenge for both teams here in this one tonight. Second down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Ball left hash mark. Again, it's Trenton Mason at quarterback. Sends a man in motion. They're going to hand it to Verrilman, trying to get it around the corner, and he will not make it as he got it back to the line of scrimmage, and that is all, as Omak does a great job of converging on the play. Xavier Devereaux and company make the stop. It'll be third down for the Bulldogs. Maybe a half a yard on that. They'll put it out beyond the 45 to the 46. So 3rd and 9. And how many times have we seen, Pete, these third and long situations for Cashmere time and time again in this game? We'll see what the Bulldogs can pull out of the hat here, as they will send a wide receiver wide to the short side right here. 3 receivers in a bunch formation to the left, and they're going to throw it out the flat. The ball caught out there by Croce. He cannot get away from the defender who came up and made a fantastic play. Trey Rose has been all over the place for the Omak defense tonight, and that's going to be a 4th down and a loss all the way back to the 43-yard line.
No, that was a great defensive play. He read that from the snap, and he was heading that way.
Rose trying to pump up the rest of the defense, and here we go again with a situation for Cashmere on a punt, as Croce is the man on the long snap here for the Bulldogs. Fjellman back to return at his own 26-yard line. Good pass from center this time. Olglund with a low punt, takes a Cashmere bounce, and then diving for it dangerously was Fjellman. He will cover it at about the 31-yard line. 26 yards on the punt. And a lot of time here. Omak with a first down at their own 31-yard line.
Well, again, Cashmere's got to keep them in front. No big plays.
And you got to think that Bo Sackman's still going to be weary from that hit he took a while ago that took him out of the game. Back to pass here, looking right, rolling right, throwing deep downfield. Wide receiver, wide open. Philman at the 40, at the 30, and then tipped over at the 27-yard line. How did he get that wide open? Goodness. See where they put him out of bounds. It'll be at the Cashmere 24-yard line. One play.
Well, we had man-to-man coverage out there. I think the defender just took his eyes off the receiver, thinking he was going to run a post. Took his eyes, looked at the quarterback, bent it out to a flag.
45 yards on the pass play to the Cashmere 24-yard line. Sackman back, rolls left, stops, pressure, throws. Ball is intercepted by Cashmere at the 5-yard line. Oh my. It's Croce. Well, Croce, I think he's the one that gave up the big play as he lost the receiver, but now he makes the big play on the interception at the 5-yard line.
Wow. Huge play. Huge play. You know, Jack's back there just playing center field. That ball was kind of lofted up, probably a little more air under it than Sackman wanted, and easy pick for Jack.
2:34 left here. Cashmere with 2 timeouts remaining. Both teams with 2 timeouts. Now you got to be careful on handling the ball back deep in your own end here, as we may be heading to overtime, but we still got a long way to go to navigate before we can get there. Mason under center. Back, pitches it back to his running back, Jacobson. He stumbles at the 5, tries to get away from a wall of defenders there and will not. It is second down coming up for the Bulldogs from their own 5-yard line, and a timeout going to be taken by Omak. Oh, my. That's gutsy to pitch it in your own end zone on a night like this. Timeout Omak is their second here of the second half. Oh.
Well, the problem also with pitching that backwards, it just takes a little bit longer for that play to develop. Lets a few more Omak defenders get in there, and they have time to read it and move over to the left and stuff the hole.
Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Biosports Physical Therapy. Find them online at biosports.net. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And Charter College, they work to get you to work. Find out about how to enroll today at chartercollege.edu. And by Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, providing heating and air conditioning service, installation, and repair since 1982. Serving residential and commercial, they specialize in indoor air quality. What a game tonight. High school football at its finest, huh? You just never know what you're going to get on a Friday night under the lights in high school football. Appreciate you joining us here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Second down and 10 for Cashmere at their own 5-yard line after the interception by Jack Croce.
Omak's pinning their ears back,
and
here they come.
Yeah, you got to think it. They've got 4 men on the line, and their linebackers are up close. Turn, handoff, Verrilman running left, trying to get a block out there. Omak stretching, then pumps him out of bounds. As Sackman, I'll tell you, I give that kid a lot of credit. Bo Sackman is still out there playing 2 ways after just getting slammed to the turf a couple of minutes ago. The good news, I guess, if you're Omak here, is they took him out of bounds. 1:55 is the clock stopped right now. No gain on the play on the pitch around the left side to Verrilman, as the student body for Cashmere continues to rattle our molars here on the near side bleachers. That doesn't do wonders for our cameraman either down there. So the play went out of bounds. I didn't see anybody call timeout, although we're taking a lot of time here. I imagine if Omak had called timeout, the players would be over on the far sideline. So they're not. But for some reason, we're dead stopped here. Oh, they're resetting the game clock. Okay, because the play went out of bounds. So they put about 20 seconds back on the game clock. So there's 2:15 on the game clock here on a 3rd down and 10. Motion man. Handoff. No, they want to throw, and pressure in the backfield. Look out, he hucks it downfield. It's incomplete, and boy, that was almost a safety. gosh.
Yeah, it looked like he went down a couple times, disappeared. But he's not a big guy back there. Couldn't see him, and then all of a sudden the ball gets chucked out.
He was looking for Croce downfield. Good coverage by Sackman. Man-on-man coverage.
Fourth down for the Bulldogs.
So fourth down for Cashmere. And Olguin will come in to punt the ball away. And we have 2:07 left in regulation. Omak looks like they're going to get great field position here. All-important pass from center. Croce on the snap. The snap is back. Olguin gets the ball away. A banana kick here is going to take a Cashmere bounce all the way past the 40 and all the way to the 45-yard line. How about that? 40-yard punt when you need it most.
Omak, first and 10.
Well, the chess match continues.
Lots of time, plenty of time for, well, in this game, a couple more scores.
Yeah, Omak with the ball. The Cashmere 45-yard line. Pioneers have tried to chuck it a few times deep, and Cashmere's been up to the challenge on picking off a couple of balls here in the second half, in the fourth quarter, as a matter of fact.
Well, I'm sure Sackman got a talk from Dad to keep the ball in the white team's hands this series, right?
Well, he's in the backfield by himself right now on a first down and 10. Back to pass, looking left, now whipping it downfield again, and this has overthrown everybody. Looking for Fjellman, who is covered by Croce. It'll be second down and 10. They had success running Fjellman, and they've kind of gone away from that.
Yeah, it's last couple series are just grasping when they don't really have to.
Yeah, no, exactly.
They got timeouts. They got the ball.
Exactly. Minute 51 to go here in regulation, and I haven't seen enough of their kicker to know what kind of distance he has. I would imagine they probably need at least 20 yards, 25 yards to have any kind of a shot at a kick here. Fjellman in motion from right to left. Sackman back to pass again. Watch out in the flat. He throws it out in the flat. The ball's caught over there. Up the far sideline he goes. He's still alive at the 25-yard line. Finally tipped down there. It's Rose on the reception. Trey Rose sparingly used here tonight, but he gets it all the way to the Cashmere 25-yard line. Gain of 20 yards. Huge play, and they set it up beautifully. Let that Cashmere defense come crawling. And now Sackman is moving men around here as he'll send C.J. Arroyo out to the left. Looking left, now slips and falls down, and Cashmere covers him at the 35-yard line, and they throw a flag late. And they're going to say a late hit against Cashmere. And how do you stop your momentum on a slippery night like this?
Wow. And, it wasn't really even a hit as much as it was trying to stop and just falling on him.
Oh, my gosh. That's awful. Awful. It was a loss of 10 yards back to the 35-yard line, and they call a penalty. 9 penalties, 80 yards against Cashmere here tonight. And the fans are letting the officials hear it right now. That's a 15-yard penalty. The good news for Cashmere is it won't be a first down for Omak. But they're definitely getting closer to kicking range here with 1:11 to go.
Yeah, I would think a few more yards in there within range, but there's a lot of time left still.
Should be second down over again. It is, as they'll put the ball at the 18-yard line after the penalty. And now back to pass, and oh my, look out, here comes another flag as Cole Scott reached out and got the face mask of Sackman. And another half the distance penalty going to come against Cashmere here, and that will give Omak a first down. Oh, they're just killing themselves right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's just unfortunate and unnecessary.
Personal foul, Bulldogs.
So the sack was back at the 25. They'll mark the 30-yard line, so they'll mark the penalty off from there.
As a coach, it's maddening because you already have him in. You got him for a loss of at least 5 or 6 yards already.
Yeah, and I mean you love the aggressive play and everything, but you just can't afford a penalty like that. Now, after the mark-off, it's down to the 15, and that's where the line to gain is. So it's going to be close to a first down. The officials, I think, are going to stop things up here. Or are they? No, they're going to put the ball, I guess, just inside the 20-yard line. So I'm kind of curious. It should have been, yeah, okay. Now they're going to reset the chains for a first down from the 15-yard line. So Cashmere's defense up front, I mean, they've gotten in there. Now they restart the clock with 50 seconds to go. So Omak's going to watch the clock here. Back to pass again. Sackman rolling to his right, throwing back across his body. The ball is dropped at the 4-yard line.
Pass intended for Arroyo.
Pioneer coaching staff was asking for a late hit on the quarterback as Sackman got rid of the football. Second down coming up from the 15-yard line.
That was a great play. Get Sackman rolling out. He can run it. He can throw it. Buy him some time. Had a guy.
He did. He was open. He was open, looking for Arroyo at about the 4-yard line and dropped it. He easily had the touchdown there. So, second down and 10 from the 15. 41.8 seconds to go. It's game time. Sackman back, throwing toward the end zone, looking for the receiver, and we get a flag in the end zone and another penalty against Cashmere on pass interference. He was looking for Stenberg. The defender never turned around. Of course, in high school football, you don't have to turn around. But that was a pretty obvious call there, unfortunately, against the Bulldogs. And so, again, half the distance to the goal against Mac Kelly.
Pass intended for Stenberg. Flag on the field.
So the penalty will go from the 15 down to about the 7-yard line, I think.
The ball was underthrown.
It was.
And so the receiver's coming back, and
Pass interference on the Bulldogs.
Mac just got him tied up early.
Yeah. If he looks back for the ball, he might even be able to intercept it there. So second down from the 7 for Omak, and Sackman's going to keep it, and he's wrapped up at about the line to gain. Looks like they might have enough for a first down here, but the clock's still running, by the way. They stopped it momentarily to look at things. 31 seconds left. Omak, by the way, with just one timeout left, and are they going to say enough for the first down? Hang on, the officials are going to talk about it here. We're going to get a timeout for Omak. There will be a first down. And they'll put the ball at the 5-yard line. So first and goal from the 5. Clock is what they're looking at right now. High snap to Sackman. Running right, wants to keep it himself. And he's going to be slung down short of the line of scrimmage. And Jacobson right there for Cashmere. 13 seconds. Omak's got to use their timeouts, and they will. With 9 seconds left, if you're the Pioneers, you got to kick it, right?
I mean, you have to.
Unless you go for the end zone. You got to be quick on it, though. He's slung down at the 9-yard line. The coaching staff here near side pleading with the officials about something. I'm not sure what.
Well, I could have swore I saw Coach Sackman calling timeout as soon as he hit the ground, which was at about 13 seconds.
Okay. So Kirk Lyons, the official here on the near side, will come and talk to Cashmere. Cashmere, by the way, the players are in the wrong spot here. You can only go so far to the end of the field. Cashmere's players are clear down to the 10-yard line. You need to be, I think it's back at the 25-yard line if your player's off the field. Meanwhile, Omak is back on the field on a third down play here. I believe this should be second down, however, because they gave him a first down at the 5. Should only be second down now, but they've got third on the placard over there. They got second on the scoreboard. And here we go. They're going to go for it with 21 seconds left. Handoff inside, and the ball carrier is Fjellman. He's fighting for yardage. Not going to get it, though. And that, I think, will be the end of regulation, or no, we're going to get a timeout taken. Who's got the timeout? Omak, I had out of timeouts.
I don't think they called one that last series. I think that they were.
Did they say it went out of bounds over there?
Talking
the
about
quarterback was hit out of bounds. So this will be third down. The ball is at the 8-yard line. Brian Bremer asking for clarification from the officials. Meanwhile, the timeout is taken. Okay, 12.1 seconds left. So it's up to Cashmere to try to block a field goal attempt, I would assume, here by Omak. Again, Omak's kicker is...
Timeout, somebody.
Timeout, somebody, says the public address announcer here. I think that was Omak's timeout. I think you're right, Pete. I think the ball went out of bounds on the previous play. Now, the placard over there says 4th down. The scoreboard says 3rd down. I've got it as 3rd down from the 9. Omak's out of timeouts. That's clear and simple. Omak's out of timeout. Again, though, I don't think Cashmere, the players on the sideline, can be that far down the field at the 10-yard.
They adjusted it last year.
Oh, they did? Okay.
10. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so here we go. Field goal attempt by Blake Sam. Spot down, kick away. It's got plenty of distance, and it is good. With 7.3 seconds to go, Omak takes the lead 45-42 over Cashmere. Brian Bremer asking for a little bit celebration penalty against Omak, and they do finally throw a flag, but that will be after the field goal is good. So we're going to keep it right here and get this all figured out. The field goal, by the way, was from 26 yards out. So Omak takes the lead, 45-42. Right now, 7.3 seconds left. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Omak. Well, that's a 15-yard penalty.
Yep.
That certainly makes the kickoff a little more interesting.
Yep. Well, I got to go back to I'm not sure that the quarterback went out of bounds on that. I think the referees were discussing something, and then generous with the clock. Went back to about 15 seconds.
Yeah, they
right?
did. Oh, it was 21 seconds.
21 seconds.
Yeah.
And Omak didn't have to use a timeout.
Right. So that definitely benefited the Pioneers in that exchange. Meanwhile, Cashmere, you got to go back to their penalties in this drive. They just killed themselves with the penalties. Ten penalties and 85 yards against the Bulldogs here in this one tonight, unofficially, folks. Meanwhile, the 15-yard penalty will back it up here for Omak, so they will punt the ball away, or kick the ball away, I should say, from their own 25-yard line.
Yeah, I think for Omak, you're going to want to keep the ball in play, put it on the ground, so it has to be picked up and sometime goes off the clock.
Watch for the squib kick here. Sam approaches, high end over end kick, calling for a fair catch. Cashmere at its own 39-yard line. So a second plus ticked off the clock. 6 seconds left here in regulation. So Cashmere will have one chance pending penalty against the defense.
Well, they should have to reset that clock because with a fair catch.
He called for a fair catch. It shouldn't run.
No time should come off.
So Cashmere will have it at its own 40-yard line. Well, if you have a hook and ladder play, something like that, here's the chance to roll it out for you. Cashmere does have a couple of timeouts, but they really don't have time to get a play and then get a timeout. Omak back playing center field here. Mason gets a snap. Throws downfield, and this ball is going to be intercepted because it doesn't go anywhere near a Bulldog. And sliding down at midfield will be Sackman. So give credit to Bo Sackman, who came back from an injury, leads Omak down the field thanks to some penalties along the way. And a 26-yard field goal is the difference in this one. Heartbreaker tonight for Cashmere, who had it in their hands and lose it down the stretch and fall by that final of 45-42. We will take a break and come back, head down field side for this post-game show coming up here. Hey, Pete, thank you very much. Been good to work with you tonight.
My pleasure. Thanks, Eric.
You bet. Pete Phillips joining us here on the broadcast here on the NCWLIFE Channel. The two teams will meet, and what a pair of combatants here tonight as they gave us quite a show on the NCWLIFE Channel. We'll again take a break and come back. Post-game show down on the field coming up after Omak knocks off Cashmere 45-42, the final.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quad-Track tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Direct from Las Vegas, Holiday Dreams, a spectacular holiday cirque. Experience holograms, interactive lasers, projection mapping, and a cast of international cirque performers on one stage. Experience the futuristic holiday show everyone's talking about. Make new memories with your family this holiday season and experience Holiday Dreams, a spectacular holiday show. Live in concert.
Think premium can't be capable? Think again. Introducing the first ever AT4 lineup. Premium and capable. That's professional grade from GMC.
Hi, everybody. In North Central Washington, I'm Dan Kuntz, and I do the honors each and every weekday morning at 7 a.m. to bring you live local news, local weather, local sports. It's called Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's a fun show. I enjoy doing it. I invite you to watch it. It's Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. live right here on the NCWLIFE Channel. I interview movers and shakers. We have a good time. Start your day live and local. Wake Up Wenatchee Valley right here with yours truly on the NCWLIFE Channel.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Yes, it's me. It's my husband. I think there's something the matter with him.
It was a feeling that I'll never forget, like being able to meet them and know that he survived. Okay, tell me what's happening. Is he conscious?
No, he's not. He's not.
Okay, take a deep breath for me. I'm getting you help.
Rivercom means to me that I still have my husband here with me. They're the ones that guided me through saving his life.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35 plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
Welcome back once again here to Cashmere High School, where it was a barn burner here tonight. 45-42 the final as Omak kicks a field goal from 26 yards out to win it in the end. Cole Scott joining us here on the postgame show. And Cole, what's the feeling right now?
It was a tough loss. Towards the end of the game, we just couldn't execute on offense.
Congrats to Omak, though. They just outplayed us at the end.
You guys played so hard all night long. Were you surprised at how the game started out? You guys were able to go down the field quickly, get that first touchdown from way outside, and Verrilman takes it around the outside. Were you a little surprised at how you were able to do that?
Honestly, we weren't surprised. I've been telling the team the whole week that we got to come out and we got to jump on them and we got to get on them from the start. And tonight, Omak just didn't give up.
Yeah, that's the case. You guys had the lead till the last few minutes of this football game. Penalties. That just killed you tonight. I had you guys, 10 penalties and 85, 95 yards tonight. You just can't overcome that.
Yeah, no, the penalties killed us tonight. We gotta stop getting so many penalties.
Well, in that last drive, though, I mean, some of those penalties, though, I mean, you guys are playing hard. You're reaching, trying to get after that quarterback, and sometimes, you get a little handful of something you're not supposed to.
Yeah, sometimes you get a little handful of something you're not supposed to, and the refs don't know that. So, yeah.
Talk about the team, though, and this is heartbreaker, but, I mean, you guys played so well tonight in so many different levels. What does that prove to you for this team?
It shows me that they have heart and that they're willing to hang in there for me and for their brothers and for the jersey on their back. Yeah. But, yeah, definitely.
Well, despite the loss, congratulations on a great game. It was great to see you play in person.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, Cole Scott joining us here on the postgame show. We'll take a break and come back and talk with Brian Bremer about this one. 45-42 the final. Omak on top of Cashmere. We're back right after this.
For all the latest news in North Central Washington, go to NCWLIFE.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@NCWLIFE.com or call 888-2020.
Are you a take charge kind of person? Consider a career as a health unit coordinator. You'll work to keep health facilities running efficiently by coordinating medical providers, patients, and departments. The Charter College Certificate in Health Unit Coordinator program can get you up to speed on basic patient care, health records management, health and safety procedures, and medical billing. And the 10-month online program includes a computer you keep. Get started at chartercollege.edu, where we work to get you to work.
Post-game show continues here on the NCWLIFE Channel, where we had a Donnybrook here tonight. 45-42 the final. Omak gets a last-second field goal to knock off the Cashmere Bulldogs. And Brian Bremer, kind enough to join us here on the post-game show. Can you put this into words right now, Coach?
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. Really is. Feel bad for those guys. This team works so hard, and they deserve to win that football game. Regardless of all the mistakes that we made, we deserve to win that football game, but so did they. And the funny thing is with sports is that's why you play the game. I really do feel like I let the team down offensively the second half. Had a great attack in the first half, didn't make enough adjustments in the second half. So this one's on me. I didn't make enough adjustments. Kids play hard, and I got to put them in a better situation to make plays the second half.
There was a little bit of everything in one football game here tonight. I was talking with Cole Scott just a moment ago. Some of those penalties down, of course, they kill you. But, I mean, as kids trying to make hard plays, and sometimes stuff happens.
Yeah, sometimes stuff happens. And you got to play through that stuff. So yeah, I mean, there was adversity everywhere. I mean, you just look at our punt team at certain points of the game. Defensively, big plays. Offensively, 3 and outs. So much adversity in this game, and we responded to it well in the first half and the third quarter, but we just kind of ran out of mustard there at the end.
I'll tell you, the guy that you sent us for the postgame to talk to, Cole Scott, is my first chance to see him play in person. I'm impressed beyond belief by this kid in his motor, in his will, and he almost willed you guys to a win here tonight, for goodness sakes, and making blocks 20 yards down the field and putting guys in your bench, for gosh sakes.
He's a special player. And obviously being senior night, this is why I'm a little emotional. It's because that's an opportunity that I wanted to get him on his last game here because he means a lot to me, means a lot to this program. He works his tail off. He's going to have opportunities at the next level. But, he's a really good player, and, he does so much for us on the front end. Jack Croce can do a lot of stuff in the back end with Cole's pressure and different stuff like that. So, yeah, really proud of his effort. Barely comes off the field, plays the entire game, and yet plays with a motor that is unmatched out there. Yeah, really, really good player.
Well, thank you for taking the time to join us. Appreciate it. Tough one here tonight, but I know you guys will bounce back for Chelan next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Go Dogs.
You bet. There you go. Brian Bremer joining us. That's going to wrap it up for our broadcast here tonight. Thanks to everybody for being a part of this, and thank you for watching. It was a lot of entertainment for television, that's for sure. 45-42 the final. Omak over Cashmere. Have a good night, everybody. Counterplay inside, picking his way back to the 10, to the 5,
Thanks for watching High School Sports on your home for local high school sports, the NCWLIFE Channel. Today's broadcast was brought to you by Biosports Physical Therapy, Charter College, Confluence Health, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Rivercom 911, and Sangster Motors. Stay with us all year long for high school sports on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel. We now return to regular programming already in progress.